evening, Lion faithful, and welcome to Pirate Stadium, where the Lions will tangle with the Pirates of Crandall. Crandall comes in 3-2 and 1-1 in district, while the Lions sport a 2-3 record, also 1-1 in district. After a bye week, each team is coming off impressive wins: Crandall over Poteet and Greenville over Princeton. With Matthew Middleton and Bentley Love, I'm Bob Muty, calling this one from an open-air press box. Bentley, our next trip will be a bit different, as we'll travel to Melissa and their new $35 million stadium.
Yeah, we were just talking, and it's definitely a different experience. A kind of a nice experience being out here in the open air, but definitely different. And next week's going to be different than anything we've probably been in all season for sure. Yeah. So, but a beautiful sky to get us started here tonight, no doubt.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's just an incredibly beautiful scene there. That's for a painting or a mural right there. The sky is just lit up in orange and pink. Getting back to the Lions, they put up 63 points 2 weeks ago behind their dual-threat quarterback, Anthony Johnson. A.J. accounted for 7 touchdowns, 5 passing and 2 via the run. He'll be joined in the backfield by Greg Washington and Jaden Johnson, both having scored a touchdown against Princeton. Bentley, I found out this morning from Heath Jarvis that back in 2009, Greenville actually scored 71 points in a victory over Paris at home.
Well, and Bob, I'll tell you, I think I said this earlier this evening too when we were talking about that. A team could break that record, but I don't see that record getting broken for a long time, because 71 points is a lot of points. You don't ever even really see NFL teams put up that much points.
No. Lots of points. In fact, 100 of them last week in that Princeton game. And we may get the same thing tonight. Both teams here tonight lean heavily on the offense, and they try to outscore their opponent. The defense of the Lions will have to contend with a strong-armed, accurate quarterback in Gage Wickersham. His favorite receivers are Logan Wilbanks and Michael Collins. And their running back, Andrew Anderson, rushed for 206 yards and 2 touchdowns against Poteet. And from what I saw on film, he's got some real speed. The Pirate defense will be led by linebacker Hudson West, who's only a junior. And Coach Randy Jackson from Greenville described West as a coach's dream, highly skilled and very disciplined.
Yeah, well, and I definitely see him as being the biggest problem for the Lions tonight. Not something they can't handle, but he's going to be the biggest obstacle to stop, like you said. And yeah, both these teams run real high-paced offenses, so we're definitely probably going to be looking at a pretty high-scoring matchup, especially if the Lions can keep West in check. But that's going to be the key for them on offense tonight, is taking care of him, keeping him out of it, and put up as many points as they can, because they're going to need all of them.
Yeah, Coach said, if we can block number 9, we'll win the game. If we can't block number 9, we'll probably get beat. So he must be a real player.
And that's a real cut and dry way to put it, but hey, sometimes cut and dry is what you need.
At the Lion Dad's breakfast this morning, the coaches brought out teachers' jerseys, which are the black home jerseys that the players wear, and each player was to take his jersey to a teacher, I guess to be worn all day or maybe all week next week for homecoming?
Could be. I'm not sure. That's pretty cool, though. It's something I've seen them do a couple times, but they don't do it all that often, but always neat when they do.
Well, Crandall has their homecoming tonight, and we've just seen the court process across the field on the 50-yard line, and they did name the king and the queen. And Bentley and I were talking about prior to coming on the air about how Greenville is often chosen as the homecoming opponent because of our record.
Well, and teams want to pick a team that they think they can beat for their homecoming, and that might some people might take that as a little discouraging, but not these guys. These guys, I talked to a few of them, and they kind of like that. They take it a little bit as a little bit of disrespect, but at the end of the day, they use it as motivation to come out here and play better. And we see it like in Denison. We saw them come out and play really well because they take it as an opportunity to spoil their homecoming, and they try their hardest to do that.
Little extra incentive, and apparently the Crandall coach told Coach Jackson that he really wishes, after seeing us play against Princeton, that they hadn't chosen Greenville as their homecoming opponent. So we'll see how that works out tonight. Just saw the little kids, the junior Pirates, do what the Greenville kids do from the different elementary schools, and they came out of the big blow-up run-through, and boy, they were hot to trot. Both teams are set up with their run-throughs. Of course, we're on the visitor side tonight, so we've got the Greenville faithful sitting right in front of us, and the Flashes are and cheerleaders, who are dressed in pink, by the way, are lined up as a gauntlet for the players to run through. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more information about tonight's game.
New, better, fast. The same excellent reliability and hometown service you've always counted on, now with faster speeds. Whether it is streaming, gaming, surfing the web, or working from home, GEUS is connecting you to the world. Sign up today at GEUS.org or by calling 903-457-2800.
Bob Muty back here in Crandall with baseball. Bentley Love next to me. Got the open air press box, and actually kind of enjoying it.
Yeah, it's been kind of nice so far. And talking about earlier how they picked Greenville as their homecoming, they didn't really have very many good choices. It was either Greenville, Greenville, Melissa, or Terrell, pretty much. So they had a pretty tough choice there. They could have picked Princeton, but being the last game of the season for them, that's typically reserved for senior night. So that one was off the table too.
Okay. Well, interesting enough, the Greenville band just played the alma mater, which is typically played after the game. And now maybe we're going to have the Crandall school song. And then that'll be followed, I'm sure, by the national anthem. But this is my first opportunity to be working on an 8-foot folding table, sitting on the bleachers. Fortunately, I brought something soft to sit on, and in case we get a little chilly, they'll turn into blankets.
Oh yeah.
But we are blessed with hopefully what will be a really pleasant night for football. I don't know exactly what direction that is. That's probably due west.
I believe you're right.
But looking due west, the sky is just magnificent. Looking to the south, it looks like rain. But I think maybe it's just darkness setting in. Bentley, what do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. We were a little worried about that earlier. We checked the weather, and it looks like we're going to be clear, but you never know. Sometimes things change.
We may have some changes to the starting lineup tonight, and we may have to take a look at the remaining schedule. Who do we got coming up here?
Tonight, for the remaining schedule for the Lions, we've got, of course, Crandall tonight here in Crandall. The next week, we're back at home for Poteet, where it will be homecoming for the Lions. And then the next 2 weeks, we're on the road. October 20th, we're traveling to Melissa. And then after that, we're traveling to Lovejoy. So 2 really big powerhouses on the road for the Lions. And then after that, finishing up the season for senior night, it'll be Terrell at home. And that game's going to be on November 3rd. And all of these games for the remainder of the season will have a 7:30 start time, which means we should be coming on about 7:15 or so for our little bit of pregame.
Yeah, and once again, Melissa is still ranked first in state 5-2A. Lovejoy still third. And in between, sandwiched in between, is South Oak Cliff, a perennial state champion. So you're talking about a pretty tough district that we're in. And, of course, Terrell, they were in the top 10 as well. They slipped out of the top 10. I think they're rated 11. Interestingly enough, the rankings of these two teams tonight in Division 5A, 5-2A, Crandall's ranked 32nd, Greenville's ranked 56th. So there's not, state rankings probably don't mean a whole lot when you get down this low. But I think it means that we've got an opportunity to win this ball game tonight.
Oh, I would definitely agree for sure. I mean, 24 spots of difference sounds like a lot, but really, like you said, once you get down that low, it's not that much. Now, there's a big difference between number 1 Melissa and the number 24 ranked team, but 32 and 56, there's not that big of a difference, and it's really anybody's game.
Okay, you probably heard that. Crandall won the toss, and they've deferred. So Greenville will be receiving here to begin the first half. They'll be moving from our left to our right. The captains for tonight's game, number 13, the quarterback, Anthony Johnson. Number 5, Kendrian Blakely. Number 3, Aiden Lewis. And number 64, Mauricio Enriquez.
Yeah, and a lot of times teams, like we saw here, when they win the toss, they go ahead and defer. But it looks like the Lions sometimes, they seem to like starting the game with the ball in their hands. So that's not an all bad thing for them that they didn't win the toss, because they still started with what seems to be one of their preferred ways to start the game.
Yeah, we'll see what Johnson can do at the Lions breakfast this morning. The coach told me that they're going to be doing something a little bit different tonight at times. As Crandall comes out to the smoke and the noisemakers, and they're dressed completely in black with black helmets. The Lions are dressed all in white with red helmets. So, and here come the Lions coming through the gauntlet, led by the ROTC cadets, the GHS flags. Those guys do a heck of a job, and I don't know how heavy those flags are, but they're blowing in the wind pretty good.
Yeah, they got a little weight to them, but that's not even that's not anywhere near the most physical thing they do. They do push-ups every time the Lions score for however many points are on the board. So
and they were awful busy 2 weeks ago.
They were. They did a bunch of them 2 weeks ago.
Well, it's a fun atmosphere, and being close to the fans like this, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, we've had several people come up and talk to us before we got started on our broadcast and tell us how much they enjoy it and everything. And one lady said she lives in Arlington and can't typically make it out to the games for her grandson, but she's able to listen to him.
Yep.
So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, Matthew has told us, of course, when we're out here in the stands, we really don't have Wi-Fi tonight, folks, so there won't be any live streaming, but you will be able to watch it on YouTube tomorrow, right, Matthew? Matthew will be working late when we get home, doing his thing, and so tomorrow you can get it on YouTube. And right now we have the national anthem.
Thank you. We ask at this time, please remain standing as we have our national anthem, sung tonight on the field by Miss Kylie Howard.
sung by one of the students from Crandall High School. This morning at the Lion Dad's Breakfast, Bentley, the speaker was Brent Grissom, and he's the team chaplain. And I see him down on the sidelines, and he says he's always thrilled to be down there because he's able to be down there with his son.
Oh, yeah.
Gave a motivational talk to the players this morning. So we're about ready to go. The field is a real nice turf field. Big black and gold in the end zone to our left. It says Pirates, and in the end zone to our right, Crandall is in gold, and the background is black, and black and gold goalposts.
Yeah, looks great. It's a real nice, clean, crisp look here in Crandall, Texas, and I think all these boys are ready to go to battle tonight for sure.
They are indeed. Ryan Williams will do the kicking for Crandall this evening, and deep receiving for the Lions. Will try to get those guys identified.
Looks to be number 4, Isaiah Williams, and maybe number 10, Dadrian Payton, but it looked like number 11, Noah Davenport, that actually caught it there about at the 20-yard line or so.
Yeah, Davenport caught that over his shoulder, but when you make a fair catch inside the 25-yard line, it always comes out to the 25. So that's one of those new rules in high school football that makes pretty good sense to me, Bentley.
Yeah. When we see here the chain gang running quickly to get to the ball, but they actually have a digital displayer to display the down it is, whereas typically we see a flip book display.
Yeah, we'll be able to see that pretty clearly. They're on our side of the field, and it's very definite. All right, here come the Lions in the backfield with Anthony Johnson. And the handoff to the running back, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Yeah, and it looked like number 25, Greg Washington, there on that play, and I'm sure we'll see him a lot tonight.
Washington and Jaden Gibson will both get some time. Here's Anthony Johnson on the keeper, and he is stacked up after a gain of only about a yard.
Well, and that is that tough Crandall defense we knew the Lions were going to be going up against, but it's just early. It's still real early. I'm sure they'll get something going here pretty quick.
Well, this is a long third down. We'll call it 3rd and 8. Got 3 receivers left and 1 to the right. Johnson looks to his left, finds his man, and might be Payton, but Payton is stopped at the 30-yard line, so that's going to be a turnover on downs. Nice throw and catch by the Lion tandem, but quick, good tackling by the secondary of Crandall.
Yeah, and he came down about 5 yards short there, so it's going to bring out number 9, Edwin Garcia, on 4th and 5 for the punting duties for the Lions.
He's punting into a pretty good wind, too, Bentley. Gets a high kick, unfortunately, up into that wind. Wind holds it up, gets a good bounce. Lions are around it, watching it roll dead at the Crandall 45-yard line where the Pirates will set up shop. So an ineffective first series for the Lions. Now the defense has got to see if they can contain this junior quarterback who's really put up some pretty good numbers.
Yeah, but he's going to have a little bit of work cut out for him with Parker coming at him all night, and we know how good he is. And then, you got Reagan Goggins and Daniel Renner in the secondary that seem to have been having a pretty good season so far for sure.
Wickersham takes a snap, fakes a handoff, finds a man on a short button hook pattern, and thrown out of bounds is Joshua Smith, the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, and that was number 3, Aiden Lewis there that was getting to it really quick. They gained about 6 yards, I believe, on the play there, but definitely Lions getting there quick on that one.
Second down, we'll call it 3. Handoff to the running back. It is a first down. That's Kason Ray on the carry, and he busts his way down inside the 30, 40-yard line of Greenville. This Crandall offensive line is a pretty big group, and they move people around pretty good. Wickersham fakes a handoff. He's going deep. He has Smith, and he can't quite get to it.
Yeah, and Smith had his man beat there by a few steps, but luckily for the Lions, he was off the quarterback. Gage Wickerson was off target there on that pass, so it worked out all right for the Lions in the end.
Yeah, a little bit more air under that one, and I think Smith makes a touchdown. So Aiden Lewis got to do a better job of staying with Mr. Smith. 2nd down and 10, handoff to Ray, and Ray is moving forward again for another nice pickup of about 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, and he was taken down there by number 33, Jonathan Sampson, and number 45, Cody Waldrop on the play there.
It's interesting we haven't seen Andrew Anderson yet. 3rd, we'll call it 3, and there's a penalty on the play. And as you can probably hear, the referee has a microphone, and that was a false start. So that'll back the Pirates up 5 yards, and I'll make a 3rd. We'll call it 8 to go.
Yeah, and that's a lot more manageable for the Lions there. Rather than having to get 3 yards, they got to get 8, so that's a lot further for them and a lot more room for the Lions to stop them.
Wickersham goes up to the line of scrimmage, barks out a signal, now backs to the shotgun formation. These two teams very similar on offensive sets. 2 receivers wide right, 1 to the left. Wickersham still giving directions. Now he thought he was going to get up center. Now he's back, and there might be a delay of game there. I think they were having some problems deciding which play to run, and I think the coaches had to burn a timeout.
Yeah, and that's not something you want to have to do this early in the game. You know, you burning a timeout in the first 3 minutes of the game, you never want to have to do that. But Crandall did here because they were about 1 second away from getting a delay of game called on them.
Well, we'll take a quick timeout with them, Matthew. Bob Muty and Baseball Bentley Love here at Pirate Stadium in Crandall. 9:22 remaining here in the first quarter. No score. Pirates are set up at the Greenville 34-yard line with a 3rd and 8 after a false start penalty. Junior quarterback Gage Wickersham pitches to Ray. Ray going on the right side encounters some white-shirted defenders, and he's brought down after a very short game. I saw that play on the Max Preps, and Wickersham kind of drops back and fakes like he's going to throw, and then he just flips about a 3-yard pitch out to Ray. So it's a 4th down. We'll still call it 7 yards to go for Crandall. Man in motion. That was Wilbanks. Wickersham under pressure, gets it off, finds Wilbanks, and Wilbanks has got a 1st down. Boy, they had good pressure that time on the quarterback, but he got it off nicely and found his man.
Yeah, barely got it off. I mean, right after he threw it, I mean, Parker was coming in like a train. No way to stop, but, I mean, he hit him hard.
Up-tempo, Wickersham hands to Ray. Ray is brought down this time after only a short gain. Boy, the Lions had that one defended so well, but he put it on the money to his favorite receiver, Wilbanks. We'll give Ray a 4-yard gain. We'll call it 2nd and 6. Ball's inside the 20-yard line of the Lions. 2 receivers either side. Hand off to Ray. He's got a lot of room to run on the right side. Brought down over there by a couple of white-shirted Lions. But I think he's got another 1st down.
Yeah, and it was number 8, Daniel Renner, and number 9, Edwin Garcia on the tackle there.
Big Dylan Gray is a right tackle, is really moving some people around for Crandall. Wickersham now on 1st down. Fakes to his running back. Throws. Has a man. I think that's a reception inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and it looks like they're probably going to mark him down right at about the 1 or so, maybe just inside the 1.
Once again, Logan Wilbanks, and Wickersham put it right in his hands. 1st and goal from inside the 1-yard line for Crandall. Handoff to the running back, and he is smothered.
Yeah, he
for
was
a loss.
He was stopped by about 4 lines there. He had no shot there to get through that line.
Yeah, and again, Parker was right in the middle of that one. Khalil Parker playing nose guard tonight. Had to do a little shuffling with the big guys tonight. So Mario Valentine will be playing a little bit of offense, so not in there right now defensively. This time the running back goes in untouched. And that's a touchdown for Crandall. With 7:03 remaining, they go out front 6-0. And they line up in a interesting formation. Quick throw, and they're going for 2, and Greenville has this one very well defended. It's going to be no good. So 6-0 is the score. We'll take a quick break.
Conserving energy is important to us here at GEUS. We even pay rebates when you buy energy-efficient appliances. Your conservation helps all GEUS customers. In the future, we will need to build new electric generators, and this can be expensive. And with our population growing, we will need that power. That's why we give rebates for Energy Star appliances. So think about replacing your bulbs with super efficient LED bulbs or adding insulation to your attic. Together, we can help all GEUS customers by doing our part. Check out our rebates online, and remember, GEUS is always ready to serve and assist you in any way we can.
Bob Muty and Bentley Love back here at Pirate Stadium. Crandall has just scored on a 1-yard plunge by Kason Ray. As I mentioned earlier, we know about Andrew Anderson and the kind of speed he has, but we haven't seen him in the lineup yet for the Pirates. Here's Williams' kick. It's a pop-over kick this time, taken at about the 34-yard line, and that's where the Lions will start this possession. Is that Trexel?
I believe you're right. It looked like number 15, Tyler Trexel, there on the catch for the Lions.
These guys on the special teams, most don't have many opportunities to play either offense or defense. So when they get their name mentioned, they probably kind of expect, or they're kind of happy about us identifying them.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if the Lions can generate some offense this time. They split 2 guys to the left and 3 to the right, so it's an empty formation for Anthony Johnson. 7:03 remaining here in the first quarter. Lions trail by a touchdown. Johnson drops back. Now he's scrambling, coming to his right. Finds a man. Oh, and a nice diving attempt by Nathan Michelle is incomplete pass.
Yeah, and it was just barely off the target there as it goes off Michelle's fingertips. But Johnson was facing some pretty decent pressure there, and Michelle was pretty well guarded there on that play.
You know, with Anthony's mindset to run first and throw second, I'm kind of surprised he let that one go. There's a bad snap. Johnson picks it up on the run, but he is swarmed by 4 black-shirted Pirates. So a little issue with the snap there. And, boy, that's the first time we've had a problem this year with Nick Just.
Yeah, and that
puts the Lions in a deep hole, Bentley.
Yeah, it's going to bring them all the way back to the 19, which is going to bring up 3rd and 22, it looks like there. So not a great spot for the Lions to be in, but we've seen him get out of some pretty tricky spots before.
Well, he's got Peyton split to the right, Fifield split way left. Williams is in the slot. He's looking for Peyton. Peyton's got his man beat. Here's the throw. Peyton makes the catch. If he was in bounds, and he is in bounds, that's a first down Greenville. Beautiful throw and catch by Johnson and Peyton.
Absolutely beautiful. And as I'm sure you can hear the Lions fans clapping along and cheering there. And it, like I said, we've seen them get out of big holes before, and there they are getting out of a big hole right there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Johnson and Peyton just made lemonade out of lemons there. 1st and 10. Johnson on the keeper. Not much going on. Trying to move 4 or 5 guys, and he just can't do it after about a pickup of 1.
Yeah, and Johnson's a pretty big power runner, but even he can't move 4 or 5 guys all by himself.
He's really got to get up ahead of steam, and he hadn't had that opportunity yet so far. That ball is spotted now at the Crandall 39-yard line. 2nd, we'll call it 8. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. We got Fifield and Fifield and Washington now split out. The running back split wide. Here's a quick bubble screen to Peyton. Peyton breaks a couple tackles, and he's still going. Gets about 7 or 8 yards. I think that's going to move the chains.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and give him the first down there. So looks like first down from about the 31 or so there.
I'll tell you what, that's a great job by Peyton breaking those tackles because 2 guys had him dead to rights. Handoff this time to Washington. Washington has just a couple of yards before he is swarmed off the left side. We'll try to identify those the guys up front for the Lions when we get a chance here. Generally, we have Just at center and Braden Maps and Victor Orsornio as our guard position, but we'll try to confirm that here as the game goes on. 2nd and 9. Johnson drops back, has good protection. He's looking deep again, and looking for Williams, and it's broken up just at the last minute. Nice job by number 27 for Crandall. We're not provided with a roster, but Bentley's got it written down off his iPhone, and we'll try to get you that name here in a minute.
Looked like number 27, Cordero Frazier, on the defensive effort there, and pretty good effort at that for sure.
Yeah, that ball would have been a touchdown if he'd have knocked that down. Johnson back again, under pressure, running to his right, has some room to run, and he's going to be beyond the sticks for another Greenville first down.
Well, you know, we were just talking about him being able to move defenders, and you said he needed to build up steam. He built up steam, and he moved about 2 of them on that play, it looked like. So an excellent play there by Johnson.
Well, at 6'3" and 220, once he gets his motor going, he's hard to bring down.
Well, and you know, I got to catch up with Khalil Parker a little bit, and he said something about running a high motor, and he had the high motor there.
And here's the ninja formation. We've got 3 linemen. We've got Johnson, and he's got Nathan Michelle with him. 2 receivers set up wide to the left. Looking for Fifield, and Fifield can't hold on to that one on a slant pattern.
Yeah, and he would have been in the end zone there if he'd been able to hold on to it, but Johnson put a lot on that ball, and unfortunately he wasn't quite able to, but the Pirates defense didn't quite look like they knew what to do there either.
We got 2 offensive tackles and a running back split way left with a couple of stacked receivers, and only 3 linemen in front of Johnson and Michelle. Johnson keeps, he's gone up the middle, trying to go behind the blocking of Michelle, and it fortunately gets brought down after about 3 yards. Trying to find out where they've got Hudson West. Have you been able to figure out where number 9 is?
I have not. I'm looking for him, but I can't quite spot him.
3rd down and a long 7. Johnson once again running the ball. He's down inside the 10, and he's dragged down and out of bounds, short of a first down.
Yeah, it looks like he's just short by about a yard or 2, though, maybe 3. So it'd be interesting to see if they go for it or if they trot the kicker out here. But I have a feeling they're going to go for it, as it looks like they just need 2 yards.
Yeah, 4th and 2. Ball spotted, it looks like at about the 5 or 6 yard line. Back to a conventional formation. Johnson, Washington, and Michelle in the backfield. Johnson kept, and he is just buried. So a turnover on downs after a promising series. Just nothing doing there, Bentley.
No, and they made some really good progress there, and I think we'll continue to see them making some good progress. It's just going up against a really tough Crandall defense here tonight, and they got to figure out what their weakness is and exploit it.
Yeah, Greenville's going to turn the ball over at the 10-yard line of Crandall. Now the defense has to do their thing, see if they can keep Crandall backed up close to their own end zone.
Well, we've seen them do it several times.
Hand off to Ray, and Ray is stopped after a very short gain. We'll call it 2 yards.
Yeah, and it looked like that was number 33, Jonathan Sampson, that went low there on that tackle and didn't have an answer for him.
2nd and 8 for Crandall. Ball spotted at their own 12-yard line. Wickersham fakes, throws out here with his right. He's got Smith again, and Smith beats Lewis to the sticks. Another first down for Crandall.
Yeah, so like you said, brings up a new set of downs from, looks like about the 24-yard line or so.
I think Lewis is between a rock and a hard spot. Smith is a tall guy, and he's probably pretty quick, and Lewis gave him a lot of room on that last one. Now he's playing him a little bit closer. And there's a long throw. Oh, and they call an interference penalty against the Lions.
Yeah, and, it's a little hard to argue with that one. You hate to see something like that, but they were pretty well tangled up there, and I'm not sure the Lions defender was able to get his head around looking at the ball quick enough.
It's a 15-yard penalty. It's not a spot foul in high school football, so it's a first down by penalty.
Talking about how big Smith is, he is standing at a whopping 6'4", 210, while Lewis is standing at 5'11", 165.
Yeah, that's a significant advantage. First down, Crandall at their own 39-yard line. Handoff now it's a fake handoff, and keeper is Wickersham, and Wickersham steps out of bounds in Greenville territory, and that's going to move the sticks one more time. Greenville defense struggling right now to keep the black-shirted Pirates under control. 48-yard line of Greenville is the spot. Gage Wickersham. He's not a big guy. But he drops back. He's looking to his right. He finds Smith once again, and Lewis bumps him out of bounds after a pickup of about 6 or 7 yards.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of a problem for the Lions. They don't seem to have anybody that matches up in size with Smith, but if he catches it close enough to out of bounds, Lewis is doing a good job of forcing him out of bounds.
Second, we'll call it 3, and whistles, penalty on the play. Once again, it's a procedure penalty against this time it's Ryan Falk. Falk mans I think he's the right tackle, and he's a big man. And so is the left tackle, Dylan Gray. We don't have their stats, and in fact, they don't put their stats on Max Preps either, so we're coming into this one kind of blind. And there goes Andrew Anderson, his first carry, and he's up very close to first down yardage.
Yeah, and they've got a pair of big guards. Ryan Falk is standing at 6'4", 355, and number 77, Dylan Gray's at 6'3", 285.
Handoff once again to Anderson. Anderson's got a first down around the left side, and he finally gets bumped out of bounds by Ruben Enriquez, but not before he picks up yet another Crandall Pirate first down.
Yeah, and both these teams are definitely keeping the chain gang moving quick tonight for sure.
Well, kind of what we saw last couple of weeks against Princeton, but the defense has really got to figure a way to slow these guys down. Wickersham face to his left, looking downfield, has good time, and this time it's off the hands of Wilbanks and very nearly tipped into the hands of Aiden Lewis. Well, we could have used an interception right now.
We could have. It would have been nice, but unfortunately not. But, hey, good thing is we're able to get an incomplete pass there and hopefully slow this Pirates offense down a little bit.
Yeah, it was better coverage in the secondary that time by the Lions. See if we can get Mr. Smith under control and Mr. Wickersham. Here goes Anderson on a straight snap to the running back, and Anderson may have another first down, Bentley.
Yeah, and he was taken down by number 28, Ruben Enriquez, and number 33, Jonathan Sampson there. So, once again, call those boys' names a lot, but they're making plays.
It was short, so it's 3rd and 1, and now Anderson on 3rd down pushes his way inside the 5-yard line, or pretty close, for another first down. So 1st and goal from the 6 for Crandall. They lead 6-0 with 34 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Snap directly to Anderson. Anderson going around the right side, and he walks into the end zone. without being touched. So Crandall strikes twice here in the first quarter.
Yeah, having a 12-0 lead, but we'll see if they'll be able to put any extra points on the board, as their first attempt at a 2-point conversion was a failed attempt.
Pirates are lining up to go for two once again. Two receivers split left, one to the right. H-back formation. Now Wilbanks moves inside. Wickersham rolling to his right, throws it up. A one-handed catch maybe over there in the far end zone.
Yeah, he barely was able to snag it, but that looked to have been number 11, Michael Collins.
Yeah, that was a one-handed catch from what I could tell. He was a long way away from us, but that's a successful 2-point conversion after the great catch by Collins. 14-0 Crandall. We'll take a break and be back with the kickoff. And we're back here at Pirate Stadium where the Lions trail Crandall 14-0. 25 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Kind of a rough start for Greenville defensively, especially, Bentley.
Yeah, but I still have faith that they're going to get it going. I mean, we've seen that defense have a couple of slow starts before, but they seem to always get it going.
And here's Ryan Williams' kick. Again, it's a popover kick, and it'll be taken right about the 24-yard line by Davenport. So that'll be spotted at the 25. That's where the Lions will set up shop, and we really need to get the offense. They got going on that last series. They just couldn't punch it in.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, defense is important, but you got to put some points up too. And the defense is spending a long time out there. The Pirates are putting together long drives, so they're not scoring quickly, which means the defense would kind of like the offense to stay out there for a while.
Yeah, and that doesn't bode well for the Greenville 11. They need to keep the offense out there on the field for a while. Johnson rolling right. He has a man, and Payton just can't hang on. Good throw by Johnson, just in and out of the hands of Adrian Payton. Got to catch that one, Bentley.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think he would have been quite to a first down, but he would have been just a couple yards short. So.
Well, the Lions just can't afford any miscues. This time a handoff to Washington, and there's just no room whatsoever. Trying to go off left guard, and just not moving many of those black-shirted defenders.
No, looks like they're going to go ahead and still call it about 3rd and 9 or so.
And that's the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break and be back with the start of the second quarter in just a minute. Bob Muty and Baseball Bentley Love back here at Pirate Stadium in Crandall, where the Pirates lead 14-0 over the Lions, and the Lion offense is in a tough situation again with the ball spotted at the 26-yard line. 3rd and 9 for a first down.
Yeah, and they're looking to make some noise here. Hopefully they'll be able to go ahead and get a first down. They worked their way out of a big hole and then went on a long run last time, so hopefully they'll be able to make something here.
Well, let's see if the Lions can do something with the passing game. Johnson drops back, got some room, finds Payton. Payton now is loose at the 40, and he's brought down at the 45-yard line of Greenville. That's more than enough to move the chains.
Yeah, and he almost had some open ground there. He tried to spin out of it, but number 32, Kelsey Hunter, was able to reach up and grab his ankles.
Might have been a touchdown saving tackle. Greg Washington bulls his way on first down for a pickup of about 5 yards. Nice run by the junior running back.
Yeah, and you can't ask for a much better run to get you started with a fresh set of downs.
First time we've had some room. This time Johnson tries again, Washington. Just nothing doing there. Might have been thrown for a loss there. Third down, we're going to call it 5 to go. Ball now spotted at the 49-yard line of the Lions. Third and a long 5. Washington and Anthony Johnson in the backfield with Nathan Michelle at H-back. Johnson drops back. He's under pressure. He's scrambling now, makes a move. He's inside the 40, makes another move, and he's tripped up at about the 32-yard line. Another touchdown saving tackle by one of the Pirates. Anthony Johnson gets loose again, and he's well past the line to gain. First down, Greenville. Hands off to Washington. Washington once again stopped in the backfield. Thrown down by number 32. Loss of a yard on the play.
Yeah, and they talked an awful lot about number 9, Hudson West, and no doubt he's a good player, but I don't know if it's because they've been trying to game plan for him so much, but he hasn't been the one making that big of a difference.
Yeah, I see he is out there on the field, but that play was, that's a solo tackle by number 32, and he had Washington and just kind of hog-tied him real quick. We're going to take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with second down and 11. Okay, so that was a Greenville timeout by Coach Randy Jackson. He's kind of scratching his head as to how come his offensive line can't move anybody around. But unfortunately for Greg Washington, he's been thrown for a loss on a couple of occasions tonight. Had a good 5-yard pickup on the earlier in the series, but the Lions are now faced with a second and long. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line of Crandall. Johnson's about 5 yards deep. Fakes. And now he's in trouble. Fake to Washington and kept it. And I'll tell you what, Crandall's playing some defense.
Yeah, some really good defense here, and it's Lions haven't had a great answer for it yet. But they got out of 22 once. Hopefully they're going to get out of 14 here.
Yeah, 3rd and 14 for the Lions. Johnson's back, got some room. And he throws the ball, and unfortunately, the official falls down over a couple of youngsters. And I don't think anybody's hurt except maybe the little girl. Those kids really shouldn't have been down there. I think they're kids of one of our coaches. Anyway, the ball is incomplete, so it's 4th down, and the Lions are going for it. 4th and 14. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line of Crandall. Look for Peyton or Fifield to be the target here for Anthony Johnson. Play clock down to 4. And now, I think they failed to move the play clock up, so now they reset it. 4th and 14 for the Lions. They've got the wind at their back now, so it should make throwing a little bit easier for Johnson. Not that he needs any help with his strong arm. He drops back. Here comes a blitz. Johnson is loose around the right side on the scramble. Going to have a hard time trying to get 14 yards, though, and he's brought down at about the 26-yard line. So that'll be another turnover on downs for the Lion offense.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he was about 4 yards short there. So if it'd been 4th and 10, he would have gotten it, but not quite enough there for him.
At the 26-yard line,
Johnson's had opportunities tonight, but he's only really gotten loose one or two times. So it's something that the offense is going to have to fix before the half is over if we want to make this a ball game. First down, Crandall. Hand off to Ray. Nothing doing. Ray tries to bounce outside. He's still going. He manages to push forward for 1.5 yards. I'm really surprised that Ray is getting the bulk of the carries here tonight.
Yeah, we heard a lot about Anderson, but it definitely does look like Ray has been the one that they're turning to a lot more, and it's interesting, but it seems to be working for him so far.
Well, they're both senior running backs. Jamorian Hamilton comes to the sideline. Looked like he might have gotten dinged up just a little. Having a little trouble with the play clock here tonight. 9:22 remaining here in the first half. Fakes to Ray. Quick throw, and a nice job by Aiden Lewis this time as he knocks the pass away from the intended receiver.
Yeah, excellent break up there by Lewis on the far sideline.
Wickersham's throw, Bentley, was right on the money. He's really accurate.
Yeah, it really was, and if he'd thrown it a little bit higher, Smith might have been able to get his hands on it, but he threw it right down there in Lewis's wheelhouse, and he was able to knock it away.
3rd and a long 8. Wickersham back, under a little pressure. A little screen pass to Smith, and Smith has got a first down and more. Well-conceived play that time.
Yeah, great job by Smith there, making something out of it, because he caught it and had about 10 yards to go or so to get a first down.
1st and 10 for Crandall, and they're quickly to the line of scrimmage at the 41-yard line. Quick screen pass to Ray, or is it Wilbanks? And good defense tackle on the far side once again by Lewis. That might have been Blakely on the tackle that time. Blakely wears number 5. Aiden Lewis wears number 3. Cornerbacks and safeties are getting a workout tonight, Bentley.
They definitely are.
Quick throw out here, and it's incomplete.
And a flag comes out onto the field, and not quite sure who it's going to be on, but it's by the back judge.
Holding against Crandall. It's a tough decision here. Do you take the 10-yard penalty, or do you take the, he declines the penalty. It's going to bring up a third down and 7 yards to go. I agree with that.
I do too. We've seen that Crandall offense get a bunch of yardage when needed, so no need to give them an extra set of downs.
Wickersham steps forward, drops back now, claps his hands, drops back, penalty on the play once again. Wilbanks has the reception, has the first down. Let's see what the penalty says. If this is against Crandall, they've really hurt themselves with penalty tonight. Illegal formation against Crandall.
Yeah, so
that'll be a 5-yard walk-off.
So it looks like that'll bring up 3rd and 12 on the play. So, they could have had 2nd and 17, but now they got 3rd and 12. I think they might have made the right call there.
Yeah. Yeah, Wilbanks picked up about 17 or 18 yards on that reception, but it comes back on the penalty. Wilbanks is in the slot on the right side. 3rd down, we'll call it 11. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line of Crandall. Wickersham back, has plenty of time, finds his man Wilbanks, but Wilbanks is brought down quickly by Garcia, and Wilbanks is coming up a little bit lame on that one. He limps to the sidelines. 4th and 1.5 yards. Let's see what Crandall does. Looks like they're going to go for it, even though the ball is in their half of the field. Big defensive play right here for the Lions. Lion faithful getting excited. There's a run by Anderson, and Anderson not only gets the first down, he almost breaks it.
Yeah, and takes off running for the end zone like he didn't quite feel like he was down, but they whistled it dead, and it looks like we have an injured Lion on the field. I believe that's number 8, Daniel Renner.
Well, Renner's he's had a good season as a defensive back for the Lions, so let's hope Daniel's going to be okay. We'll take a break, 30 seconds, and come back and check out the Lion defense and the condition of Mr. Renner.
When GEUS first brought high-speed internet to Greenville, the world looked like this. Today, more than 20 years later, the world looks like this. Some things change over time, and some things stay the same. Fast speed, reliability, and hometown customer service. GEUS, delivering high-speed internet to our hometown for more than 20 years.
Greenville trainers are attending to junior Daniel Renner, who wears number 8 on his back. He normally plays a safety position, but he was right in the mix there trying to stop the running back, and he's okay. He's coming off the field in a jog under his own power, so that's good news for the Lions.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's going to be all right. Maybe just come off for a play or two, catch his breath, and then I bet we'll see old Renner back out there. And that's important because he's, like you mentioned before, he's a real big key part to that defense. He's been an excellent lockdown in the secondary for him so far this season.
One of the faster guys on the Greenville roster. All right, it's first down for Crandall. Wickersham hands to Anderson, and Anderson is stopped at the line of scrimmage, and then he's ridden by Garcia. So that'll be a loss of about a yard. Nice job that time by Valentine and Khalil Parker on that defensive line. And, of course, Garcia, who made the tackle. Second, we'll call it 11 for Crandall. They sport a 14-0 lead. Handoff once again, and quickly caught in the backfield by Sampson, but Sampson could not hang on. He does slow Anderson down enough to where it's a short pickup.
Yeah, and he was spun down into the ground, it looked like, by number 70, Mario Valentine, there on the play. So good teamwork we see there by the Lions, bringing up 3rd and 9, which is always good to hear.
Yeah, Sampson and Valentine teamed up on that one. Let's hope they can do it again. 3rd down and 9 for Crandall. Wickersham, quick pass out to number 20, breaks a tackle, and he's pushed out of bounds, and I think he's got a first down. Man, we had a chance to force a 4th down and long there, and he just broke some tackles.
Yeah, and that number 20, Hayden Chaffin.
He was one of the homecoming nominees. Wickersham with a penalty marker down, rolling to his right, and just dumps it out of bounds. And there's a penalty for a late hit on Greenville.
Yeah, and looks like it's going to be looks like Greenville got the ball there, but we'll see what happens after that penalty.
Yeah, I think it might have been a late hit, but ball was intercepted apparently. We can't see the play down here in front of us because all the players are lined up there. Let's see if the interception was made and see if it stands. There were 2 penalties on the play, is that correct?
I just saw one myself, but it was in the backfield, and it looked like there'd be a penalty against Parker for a late hit. But, I don't know that I necessarily 100% agree with that call because Parker had a head of steam built up, and, he hit him right after he threw it. There was no way for him to stop. And they picked the flag up and put it in their pocket, but no official call yet.
We have multiple fouls on the play. Illegal formation. Number 72, offense. 5 in the backfield. Personal foul. Dropping the quarterback. Number 59, defense. Those fouls are set. First down.
Okay, offsetting penalties.
Which is going to bring back that interception by the Lions defense. And some very vocal fans not agreeing with that call.
Oh, Parker just buries Wickersham that time, and he's going to remember that one. Pass falls incomplete. Wickersham under tremendous pressure. And I'll tell you what, he got his bell rung pretty good.
He did. And, Parker hit him, but doesn't look like they're going to call that one a penalty.
Oh, no, that was a good hit.
It looked like a pretty dang clean hit to me up here, but so did that other one.
Wow, that's a difficult call against the Lions there on the roughing the passer, late hit on the sideline. Anyway, it's 2nd and 10 now. Wickersham now is going to have to deal with Khalil Parker on the pressure. He hands off to Anderson around the left side. Anderson's got some room. He's down the left sideline, and he goes into the end zone for a touchdown. It's a 29-yard run for the senior quarterback, or running back, and that makes the score, brings it up to 20 for the Pirates. And they line up once again for the 2-point conversion in this unusual formation. Now they're coming back into a standard placement formation for Ryan Williams, the kicker. Wickersham is the holder. 6:20 remaining after that score here in the first half. Waiting the kick from Williams. It's a good snap. It's a good hold. The kick is up, and it's good. Crandall 21, Greenville 0. We'll be back in just a second. Bob Muty and Bentley Love back here in Crandall. Lions trail 21-0. Back deep, standing at the 15-yard line, are Isaiah Williams, I believe, and maybe Dadrian Payton.
Looks like it.
See if Williams' kick gets back that far. He's kicking into the wind. The short kick, and it's muffed. And the Lions, I hope, have covered that. The wind held that thing up, and Trexel was not able to get to it. Fortunately, Nick Just was alert enough to fall on that one, and the Lions will be able to start with a first down there. That could have been really, really dangerous.
That could have been. It could have been. It just looks to be a little shaken up on the play, but I think he's probably going to be all right.
Looks like he might have got poked in the eye.
Yeah.
The Lion ball right now is a temporary of a timeout right now for probably for the injury. Now the Lions quickly back over the ball, which is laying at the 33-yard line of Greenville. Five-field split left. Now he moves to the right, and Michelle takes his spot. So we got three receivers right. Now we're confused. Payton's in the slot. Johnson with a quick throw out to Payton, and he loses the handle.
Yeah, and while we have a second here, we'll go ahead and bring you a couple scores from around the district. Right now, through two quarters, Lovejoy's up on Princeton, 35-0, and Melissa's up on Poteet through one quarter, 29-0.
Okay. Not really unexpected there. Dadrian Payton having a little trouble hanging on tonight with a couple of these passes from Anthony Johnson. Not sure he had much running room had he even caught that one, Bentley.
No, he might have been brought down for a loss, so in a way it might have been a blessing that he didn't hold on to it.
All right, three receivers to the right. Johnson now scrambling, dragging people, and he manages to push forward. Helps the guy up. That's pretty good sportsmanship by A.J. Picks up about 6 on the play. Third, and we'll call it a long 4. Really need to keep this one going, Bentley.
Yeah, they need something here as the half is closing down. There's still 6 minutes left pretty much, but they need some points here on the board.
Lions go empty with Anthony Johnson all by himself in the backfield. Looks to his right, under pressure, and now he's caught. He finds a man. He tries to find Fifield as he was being brought down. He does get the ball out. Let's see if Coach Jackson decides to keep the offense on the field. Looks like with the wind at his back, he's going to let Garcia punt this one away.
Yeah, although Johnson's still out there, which we haven't seen too many times this season, so I wonder if he got something interesting in store for us here.
He's been in there on the punt formations. Let's see if he takes it. Snap goes back to Garcia, and boy, he gets a good high one this time. And Anthony muffs it, and the Lions are on top of it. Oh, that's a heartbreak right there. Lions had an opportunity with Nathan Michelle. Muffed by Anderson. Michelle was on top of it, and the ball squirted right out from underneath him and allowed Anderson to get back on top of it. Yeah, we did speak to Nathan's mom and to his grandmom early before the game started, and boy, that's that hurt.
Yeah, you hate to see something like that. That stuff comes up every once in a while and happens, but unfortunately, it was on the Lions side this go around.
All right, opportunity missed. Now the defense has a chance to stop Crandall. Fakes the handoff. Here's a throw, complete to Collins, and Collins is up for a first down beyond the 35-yard line.
As he was taken down by, it looked like number 7, Reagan Goggins there on the play.
Beautiful throw by Wickersham. This kid is an accurate passer, as we've seen all year long. Again, he fakes, finds Collins again. Goggins has him and fumbles the ball. Goggins did a good job of breaking that one out, but Collins is able to cover it.
Yeah, I went ahead and stripped it out on him, but yeah, he was able to, when he took him down, was able to fall on it.
Second and we'll call it 6. Hands off this time to Ray, and Ray picks up about 4 yards. Bring up a third and about 3. 4:40 remaining here in the first half. Lions trail by 3 touchdowns. Gage Wickersham, junior quarterback. I'm impressed with him, Bentley.
Yeah, he's been playing excellent tonight so far.
Looks to the sidelines for the play. He's got Ray and number 16 in the backfield with him. He's a big old guy, too.
Yeah, looks like number 16, Julius Stoker there, is listed as a tight end on the roster.
Playing in H-back formation. Fake to Ray. Here's the pass. This time Wickersham finds Collins to be covered by Goggins and Renner.
Yeah, and Ruben Enriquez, number 28, was there too pretty quick, and they broke that up, no doubt, and bring it up. It's like 4th down and 3, excuse me.
Once again, Crandall's confident in their offense. In their own territory, they're going for it on 4th down, or maybe this is a short punt, and that is indeed what it is. Wickersham gets a great bounce. That ball is going to roll dead about the 11-yard line of the Lions. That was against the wind. That was a really good play.
Yeah, and there's a flag on the play, so we're going to see what that's all about.
It's in the Greenville backfield, defensive backfield. Let's see. Could that have been a holding call against Greenville on the return? Let's wait and see.
Well, I suppose it could have been, but there wasn't anybody back there to return it to hold for.
Yeah.
Personal foul. Number 8 of the kicking team. 15 yards, automatic first down.
So that's
Cason Ray.
Number 8, Cason Ray, getting called there on the penalty and giving the Lions an extra 15 yards, which is going to bring them up to pretty good field position. It looks like to be about the 25 after being down in the 10 originally.
Yeah, it's a lot better than being in the – what the heck is going on here? It looks like the Pirates have some kind of a, hey, we got a bad penalty, so we got to run back and forth and get a couple wind sprints in. Okay, Johnson looks right, finds his man. That might be Fifield. And Fifield is up to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, got him
short of the first down.
Beat him there for a second. Got about 5 yards, it looks like there. Or excuse me, 9 yards there on the play to bring up 2nd and 1.
Lions going to the quick pass. Once again, he looks this time to Peyton. Peyton backing up. Now he's trying to get forward. He's got 3 or 4 black-shirted defenders bringing him down, but he's got a first down, Bentley.
Yeah, and that's what the Lions need there. They need first downs, and they need them pretty quick here with only just a hair under 3.5 minutes left to go in the first half.
First down Lions. We haven't been able to say that very much except for that second drive of the ball game for the Greenville offense. This time a handoff to Washington. Washington, with the success of the quick passing game, finds a little bit of room. Picks up maybe 4.
Looks like it's going to bring up about second down and about 6 or so there with a hair over 3 minutes left to go.
Ball still in Greenville territory. Low snap. Johnson looking in trouble and decides to let it go. And he is thrown down. That could have been roughing right there.
Yeah, looked like it could have been to me too, but I guess the ref didn't agree with us, Bob.
Yeah. That was a pretty good defensive play by Brandon Weller. Can't read Bentley's handwriting.
Wheeler, excuse me. Sorry about that.
All right, third down and 6 yards for Greenville. Rolling to his right is Johnson. Gets a little pressure. Finds his man. That's Fifield on the far side, right at the sideline, and he's got the reception to move the sticks. First down, Greenville. 2:53 remaining. The clock is stopped as Fifield went out of bounds. 2 receivers left. Fifield by himself to the right. Johnson looking left this time. Looking for the slant pattern. It was broken up by the linebacker. He was looking for Caleb Hale on that one.
And it was number 44, Austin Shackleford, breaking up play there for the Pirates.
Might have been good that he didn't intercept that one.
Yeah.
Second down. Peyton once again on the reception. He's got it. He's going down the left sideline, and he's going to score a touchdown for the Lions. Adrian Payton's certainly got some breakaway speed, Bentley.
Yeah, and once he beats you, it's hard to catch up to him, and it looked like that was number 1, Kendrick Jones there on the defensive effort. He reached out, grabbed a little bit of his jersey, just trying anything he can to stop him, but unsuccessful as Peyton trots on into the end zone.
Jet Fifield, the holder for Greenville, standing. And now everybody resets for the placement formation. Snap's good. Hold is good. Kick by Nick Just is up and good, and the Lions strike pay dirt. 21-7, the Lions trail with 2:37 remaining. Take a break, Matthew.
Careful use of our energy resources is a GEUS priority, and we know that saving money as well as energy is important to our customers. Did you know that you can save money year-round by making small changes to your thermostat? Save money and energy year-round by installing a programmable thermostat. Program a setting comfortable for your whole family while you're home. Program the thermostat while you are away 7 to 10 degrees to your home to help improve comfort and savings. Improvements like sealing cracks around doors and windows and upgrading attic insulation keeps your cooling or heating in when you need it. GEUS Customer Service is ready to serve and assist you any way we can. Call 903-457-2800 or visit our website at www.geus.org.
Anthony Johnson to Dadrian Payton. Results in a Greenville touchdown. Nice effort by Payton after the catch. Oh, they call that yak? Yards after the catch?
I believe so, yeah, and he got a bunch of them.
Here's Reagan Goggins' kick. It's a short pop-over kick. It's taken at the 31-yard line and stepping out of bounds up near the 40 is Logan Wilbanks. 39-yard line will be the spot for Wickersham to start the Pirate offense. Greenville defense got to hold for the next 2 minutes and 34 seconds and keep this score at 21-7.
Yeah, ideally they'll be able to get the stop here pretty quick, and maybe the offense will be able to get the ball back for a few minutes.
Yep, they got one timeout remaining if they are able to get the ball back. Andrew Anderson next to Wickersham, and there's a procedure penalty once again, false start against.
False start. Number 72, offense, 5-yard penalty.
big Ryan Falk is having some issues. You might notice that I think all of the Crandall offensive linemen have those big, heavy knee braces. And they got some beef up front. That 5-yard penalty makes it 1st and 15. Wickersham hands to Anderson. Anderson's loose. Anderson's up near midfield. He's got some speed, and he's finally knocked out of bounds.
Yeah.
Way up.
Looked like he fumbled it, but went ahead and the ball rolled out of bounds too with him as he was going out. So retaining the possession there. Get all the way down to, it looks like the 30-yard line there.
Yeah, that might have been Kendrick Blakely finally knocked him out of bounds. But that's a touchdown-saving tackle because Anderson was on his way. Here's Wickersham now. He finds his man down at the 15-yard line. Another reception. It's Logan Wilbanks.
Yeah, and it looked like Blakely there that tripped him up and made him lose his balance and go down there. But there were a couple other lines there waiting to make sure he went down.
Yeah, this Pirate offense, they got some firepower. This quarterback has really got things under control. First down now. Hands to Cason Ray, and Ray is stopped quickly after a pickup of maybe 2 yards. Once again, Lion defense has been on the field quite a bit tonight as the Pirate offense has shown us something here, Bentley.
Yeah. And they're down in there.
Only a yard pickup for Ray, so 2nd and 9. Deep into Greenville territory. Hand off to Ray once again, and Ray is stopped right at about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Greenville D-line doing a whole lot better now in these last couple of plays.
Oh, yeah. It looked like he might have even been pushed back a yard or two.
And one of the big eaters for the Pirates goes off the field.
Yeah, and into the game, it looks like it's number 63, Sam Mitchell, for the Pirates.
And Mitchell has been a starter before, so we'll wait and see. Third, we'll call it 8 yards. Wilbanks in motion. Now he sets up at the left side. Fakes to Ray. Throwing into the end zone, a wide open receiver. It's a touchdown.
And it looks like number
Josh
12,
Smith.
Josh Smith, there on that reception. And we see that interesting formation that they ran out there earlier, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and pull that off and probably just go for the extra point here.
It had to be a busted coverage there because Smith was wide open on a crossing pattern deep in the end zone.
Yeah, no, for sure had to have been busted coverage because there was not a man within 10 yards of him.
And Wickerson just put it right on the numbers once again. Here's the attempt by Williams. It's up and good.
Yeah, and we see the Lions getting there quick, trying to make plays on the PAT, trying to block it, and Renner dove in, but was just a hair too late as he got it off.
We'll take 30 seconds to catch our breath, get a drink of water, and we'll be right back.
Serving the people of Greenville is what we do. At GEUS, community involvement, volunteering, giving back through sponsorships, and providing hometown service with world-class reliability are just a few of our priorities. Being a locally owned public power utility means we are your family, friends, and neighbors. Community involvement and giving is easy when you are serving your hometown. Nationally recognized reliability and service, owned by those we serve for over 130 years.
Back here at Pirate Stadium in Crandall, Texas, next to Baseball Bentley Love. I'm Bob Muty. Got Matthew Middleton once again doing some great work behind the cameras. And he'll have the presentation of this game on YouTube tomorrow. Unfortunately, we are not able to live stream tonight due to the lack of a Wi-Fi. Here's a kick. There was offsides against Crandall, and there is a penalty. Nick Just catches the short kick. A real good field position, the 41-yard line. If they add 5 yards to that, that'll put it up to the Greenville 46. And with 45 seconds remaining, we might be able to put another touchdown on the board, Bentley.
Yeah, Yeah, and Greenville still does, it looked like, have one timeout at least, so
Kicking team. 5 yards added to the dead ball spot. First down.
Khalil Parker looks like he might be seeing a little bit of action on offense here. Of course, he's been doing major duty for for the Lions on defense.
Yeah,
the coach did tell me this morning that he might play a little bit on offense tonight.
yeah, he's not. I'm not going to say he's been a one-man wrecking crew, but he's been the main man of the wrecking crew so far for the Lions.
Now let's see if the Lions can do something in 45 seconds here. Johnson looking left, finds Peyton, and Peyton would be smart to just get out of bounds, save the clock, but he tries to jitterbug, and he might not even have the first down. He does get the first down, but he needs to be thinking about time management here, and I'm not sure, the youngster is thinking about anything other than catching the ball and trying to get a touchdown. Johnson this time looking right over the outstretched hands of Jet Fifield. Incomplete.
Yeah, and on that play earlier, Peyton was picked up and kind of slammed as he was going out of bounds, and you saw all the Lions, all of his fellow teammates coming around and saying they didn't like that, but the ref didn't like them saying that.
No, Yeah, the junior receivers had a big night. And he's the intended target this time on a long pass, and Johnson overshoots him very close to the end zone.
Yeah, just barely overshooting him, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Lions with 28 seconds left to go, and I have a feeling this is definitely 4-down territory for them because they don't have much to lose at this point right here.
Peyton gets a blow, Caleb Hale into the game. It's 3rd and 10 with 28 seconds remaining. Johnson drops back. He's under trouble. He's under pressure. He breaks away, looking for a man. And unfortunately, little rough stuff over here on Johnson, and he's still down, out of bounds. And the coaches over here are thinking that was kind of a late hit. Yeah. Johnson is up on his feet, but he's definitely a little woozy.
Yeah, and I can't say that I disagree with the coaches being irritated here, as we saw several calls against the Lions earlier for roughing the passer, and, I mean, that was one of the hardest hits I've seen Johnson take all season, and, I mean, he just got slammed out of bounds, and nothing was thrown on him.
Yeah, he's coming out of the punt formation, replaced by Xander Gonzalez. Garcia now kicks it up high. Crandall's not going to touch this one. They're going to let it bounce. And it's going to roll dead down, around, and inside the 5-yard line where Aiden Lewis. 3 seconds remaining, so this will be probably a quick kneel down by Wickersham. And we'll go to the locker room with a 21-point deficit. Not kind of what we were hoping for. We expected a much closer game, didn't we?
Yeah, for sure, and it is definitely an interesting one so far, to say the least.
Greenville defense just not able to contain this high-powered Crandall offense. We knew they were good offensively. We just didn't know how our defense was going to stack up against this junior quarterback. And it is a victory formation. Wickersham runs out of the end zone and kneels down at the 1-yard line. So at the half here at Pirate Stadium, Crandall 28, Greenville 7. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Greenville became the first municipally owned public power electric utility in Texas in 1891, when privately owned companies were only interested in serving large cities such as Dallas and Fort Worth. Greenville citizens took destiny into their own hands and began producing their own power. Today, more than 130 years later, GEUS continues to provide this vital service to our community. Public Power has a long history nationwide of supplying electricity to communities when investor-owned utilities wouldn't or couldn't provide this crucial service. The nation's 2,000-plus community-owned utilities currently supply power to millions of people in 49 states and 5 U.S. territories. The communities range in size from being very small to the largest public power system, which is owned by citizens of Los Angeles, California. San Antonio is the second largest city in the U.S. receiving public power. Municipally owned, public power utilities answer directly to their customers. Decisions are made locally by citizens of the community.
Good evening, Crandall Pirates. I am proud to present the award-winning Pregame Classic. Watch it under the direction of Miss Heather Fraser and Miss Anna Strickland. 2024 My Pride Marching Band under the direction of Dr. Matt and assistant percussion director Shetty and color guard director Mr. AJ Pop. Percussion instruction by Stephen Mann.
You want to do the interview with David?
Drum major by Ashley Gonzalez. Color guard captain Abigail. The band section of the week is The Flute. And now, performing their 2023 production, Journey to the Darkness, please welcome the Greenville High School Flying Pride Band.
And we're back live here at Pirate Stadium. I'm Bentley Love here with David Claiborne, where he's got some halftime stats for us, Claiborne. And, you know, we saw a big first half out of Crandall and not a whole lot of points out of the Lions, but he's going to tell us what it really looked like and really break it down for us.
Well, the big thing is Crandall's pretty balanced. They had 173 yards rushing, 133 passing, 306 total yards. Greenville had 150 yards passing, but only 48 yards rushing. The rushing game seems to be the difference. A guy that I remember last year from Crandall, I think he had 161 yards. Andrew Anderson, he's had an excellent first half again. I got 121 yards, 3 touchdowns, 11 carries. He showed some speed. They had him pinned in, and he just outran them.
Move over this way.
Oh, this way, okay. No, but that Andrew Anderson, I remember him from last year, and he had a big game last week, and he was a player I was watching, and he's a guy that Lions need to control in the second half if they're going to get back in this game. I had Anthony Johnson. He was 9 of 20 passing. He was under a lot of pressure most of the half. Main one that he completed to was Dadrian Payton, but Michelle had a couple of catches there. So it would be nice to see him get the ball to some other receivers, because Dayton he's getting a lot of attention from the defense. Main thing, the Lions need to get make them punt a couple times. They only had to punt one time, and Crandall's had some long drives. I had one of them was a 90-yard drive. They had a 61-yard drive. The Greenville Lions did have a 74-yard drive. In a couple plays, if it had been, this game would have been closer. There was an interception that Lions didn't get to count because of offsetting penalties. And then there have been some fumbles. They were close to being on the football, didn't quite get on the football. If they could get some of these turnovers and have a few breaks, they could get back in this game. But the main thing, Crandall deferred, so they better try to stop them, because if Crandall goes on another long drive, they're going to be in a big hole.
Yeah.
They can stop them, force a punt, and then make something happen. They can get back in this game.
Yeah, and it, like you said, talking about the yardage difference, it's been a big difference there, because like we were talking about, the Lions hadn't really been able to get anything going in the run game, and I remember me and Bob talking about how we were kind of surprised we didn't see Anderson out there, but once he got out there, he made a pretty big difference for him.
I noticed they're running them in and out different series. They're keeping a fresh running back there, and both those guys are pretty good. But that Anderson, I was impressed with him last year, and boy, he's got some speed, and he's not an easy guy to get down. Of course, Anthony Johnson's not an easy guy to get down. I hope he's okay. He took a kind of a late hit on the sideline. There wasn't any call, and he looks like he needed a break at halftime. Hope he comes back out well, because he's the guy that makes the offense go for the Lions.
Yeah, well, it was a little odd. We talked about that too a little bit. How there was several calls on the Lions for roughing the passer or late hits, but no call on the Pirates on that play, which was a little odd. We thought, at least. And
Lion fans would be in agreement with you. They were working the refs pretty good. And I don't know if you saw one play where one of the officials knocked down 2 youngsters on the sidelines. And I thought they were going to call the Lions for delay a game, and I was like, hey, wait a minute. They had to get these kids to safety. Yeah, it was an interesting half with the officiating and all, but you go on the road, that kind of stuff happens. You don't always get the breaks when on the road. Unfortunately, it seemed like the Lions don't get the breaks when they're at home either. So,
yeah.
It would help, if it evens out. And, the officials, sometimes they get it right. Most of the time, every now and then there's some that you and I and everybody else looks at and goes, wow, did they get that right?
Well, and that's part of the game, but, sometimes there's so many of them you really start wondering. But, at the end of the day, it's high school football, and it's going to come down to which team plays the hardest out there. So the Lions have a lot of ground to make up. It's doable if they do what you said and they go ahead and get a stop out there, but it's going to come down to this first drive, and then that first drive is really probably going to set the tone for the second half.
These Greenville games the last couple of years, Crandall has been moving the football. The Lions have got to find a way to slow them down, because at this pace it could be a 56-28 game, and that's working in Crandall's favor.
Yeah, no doubt. And they really, like you said, need to get several stops, but they've got to get it going on offense. And it's going to be interesting to see how they handle it here in the second half. But hopefully they'll handle it a little bit better, as, us and all the other Lion fans are hoping we'll see.
At least this nice football weather. This has been the coolest evening that I've been to this season. It's a big welcome change from some of those kickoffs when it was barely under 100 degrees.
Oh, yeah. Well, and, we were talking about it, too, earlier, being in the open-air booth, and it's pretty nice considering the fact that we could either be sweating like crazy, and the only thing that's been a little bit of a problem, really, has been a little bit of wind, but overall it's been all right.
Well, it looks like the wind could be a factor in the second half. I know some of the punts, they got the ball up in the air, and that punt went pretty far, and there was one that went in the wind that didn't go so far. So, but Anthony threw one with the wind, his arm, he likes the wind behind him.
Oh, yeah.
This boy's got a strong arm.
Yeah, he does. Well, I think that's probably going to wrap it up there about. You got anything else for us that we should look for going into the second half?
Just see if the Lions can make some stops. That's the big thing. It's kind of a track meet, and it's like the other team, they've got a big lead on the relay. You got to get your relay back in the race.
Yeah, no doubt. And so those are some good words here from David Claiborne with the stats and his what he feels we need to do in the second half here. And I would definitely agree with him. So, David, we appreciate you coming out and keeping these stats for us. And thank you very much. And, Matthew, if you go ahead and take us away.
You did just fine.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I wasn't 100%.
Well, you've been treated to 2 band performances, one from behind the camera and both from behind the camera, actually. Some interesting band uniforms on the Pirate Band, and good performance by both bands. Bentley, you spent a little time in the band, didn't you?
I did. I was in band 6th grade through freshman year, and it was fun. You know, you learn a lot in that band. Greenville's band is normally really disciplined, and they know a lot, and they're really good people. But I decided to pursue other opportunities after that. So. Well,
there's a lot of people out there. Our fan base. I'm hearing lots of good things about your work here in the press box. You keep up the good work, and I know that someday we're probably going to hear you on national television.
Well, I appreciate it, Bob, but you know, I'd be pretty lost if you weren't over here with me too, because you've got quite a few years of experience.
Well, I'm happy that you agreed to work with us, and we've got both teams back here on the sidelines. Greenville will be kicking off to start the second half, since they received to begin the ball game. Crandall deferred. They won the toss and deferred, and that's a pretty common practice this day and time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And before we get started with the kickoff here, I've got a few scores for you from around the district. We currently don't have any score from the Terrell-Denison game. It hasn't been reported, but I have a feeling that game is pretty close, pretty neck and neck. However, on the other hand, we've got 2 blowouts. So right now, Lovejoy at halftime is leading Princeton 42-0. And at the middle or so of the second quarter, Melissa's leading Poteet 29-0. So one a lot more than the other, but definitely two big scoring games.
And here's a kickoff from Reagan Goggins, and it's a short pop-over kick taken at the 36-yard line. And advancing up beyond midfield is Logan Wilbanks. So really good field position for the Pirates to start the second half. They've already shown us a lot on offense, and they've put the Greenville defense to the test.
Yeah, and like I talked about with David earlier, we definitely need to see a big stop here from the Lions, and that we've seen them do it throughout the season. They're definitely capable of it. We just need to see that Lions defense stand strong.
And the wind has really kicked up here at Pirate Stadium. Crandall's going against the wind. There's a quick little screen pass from Wickersham to Wilbanks, and Wilbanks has got enough yardage to get a first down.
Yeah, and we were talking about earlier how the Lions have a pretty good secondary. Their secondary is just a lot smaller than these Crandall receivers.
Yeah, we've got 6'3" and 6'4" on either way. Here's a pitch to Anderson. I'm sorry, that's
Wilbanks there.
Wilbanks from his wide receiver spot came in motion and took a little pitch. That'll go down as a pass for Wickersham, so he gets additional yardage. Consecutive first downs for the Pirates. Ball's down at the 30-yard line in Greenville as they're moving smartly. Wickersham now in a little bit of trouble. Parker's chasing him back beyond the 50-yard line. Now he decides just to let it go. Smart play by the junior quarterback.
Yeah, and it looks like there's a flag way down back there about the 10-yard line, so we'll see what that is here in just 1 second. As just a reminder, the referees here are mic'd up at Pirate Stadium.
It looks like they've picked up the flag. I noticed the head linesman is waving his... Probably because the pass was thrown out of bounds.
Probably, yeah.
All right, 2nd and 10 for the Pirates. They have some really tall running backs and receivers on this Crandall Pirate team. Wickersham himself is not very tall. He's probably about 5'10", but he can throw the ball. There's a fake to Anderson. Pass complete, but a group of white-shirted Lions are all over that receiver.
Yeah, and they were there quick, and like you said, there must be something down in the water over here or something, because they've got several really tall wide receivers, and their linemen are really big too.
Yeah, Hayden Chafin got that reception. He's 6'4". He's a big string bean, but he really can get up and get it. 3rd, and we'll call it 3. Quick pass, almost intercepted. It's what we call the in Brody, where the defensive back goes for the reception, and we got a fumble recovery down at the 1 yard line. I think that's Enriquez.
No, it looked like it was number 16, Caleb GEUS, recovering it. I believe it might have been forced out. Fumble might have been forced by number 28, Ruben Enriquez there. But GEUS was the one recovering it, and it's what the Lions needed there. We talked about them needing a defensive stop, and that's really big for them.
Oh, I'll tell you what, a huge turnover. The Lions are going to take it over like at their 1 or 2 yard line. So it's going to be a difficult row to hoe, but they do have the ball, and they prevented further scoring by the Pirates. Anthony Johnson standing 5 yards deep in his end zone.
And I just imagine they're going to send a pretty good rush here to try and get him down in the end zone for a safety.
You think Jackson will be daring enough to throw the ball? Sure enough, he looks like he is. And there's a slant pattern.
And it looked like from over here that there was should have been a pass interference call on that play as Fifield couldn't get his hands up, kind of pinned down by the Crandall defender. But, of course, there's no call on the play. So going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 1 yard line.
Well, the Lions getting aggressive from their own shadow, their own end zone. 2nd and 10 from their 1 yard line. Johnson this time fakes a handoff. He's going to keep it, and he gets out beyond the 6 yard line for a nice gain.
Yeah, it looks like that's probably going to bring up about 3rd and 3 or so, maybe 3rd and 2, but a big gain for the Lions and give them a little bit of breathing room.
They're quickly to the line of scrimmage, trying to get things going and try to convert this first down. Anthony Johnson, senior quarterback, 6'3", 220 pounds. He's a load. Now he takes a break, walks up to the line of scrimmage, makes sure he's got the right play from Coach Jackson, and it looks like the coach is going to burn a timeout, trying to make sure he gets the right call in this situation because it's critical.
Yeah, it's very critical. The Lions have got to extend this drive, and they have to score here. So I think the timeout call there by Coach Jackson was a good one.
You know, the thing about the pass game is, you got 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But with these quick passes that Greenville has shown tonight, they've been pretty effective.
Yeah, they have, and most of them are quick, short passes, and I mean they only need 5 yards, so one of those could come into play. But they got to make sure they get it. I mean, because I don't think this is 4-down territory at all for the Lions being this early in the second half.
I wouldn't think so. No,
and
not
this far
deep.
Back in their own territory.
Deep in their territory. 9:52 remaining in the third quarter. Greenville trails Crandall 28-7, and a big 3rd down coming from deep in their own territory. 3rd, and we'll call it 5. Ball is placed at the 7 yard line of the Lions. Coach Jackson takes a timeout, makes sure he gets the right call, and let's see if the Lions can convert. And they go into the ninja formation with only 3 interior linemen, and Johnson's going to keep it. He's got a first down. He's up to the 20, the 40, the 45 yard line before he's brought down. The ninja formation, Bentley.
Hey, and we heard that they might be running something like that out there, and sure enough, it sure did work for them there. And I got to say, I was scratching my head a little bit when they pulled that up at about the 6 yard line, but it worked for them, so they obviously knew what they were doing.
Well, they're back to a conventional formation. Greg Washington standing next to Johnson. Johnson drops back. He's looking for Peyton. He's got him, and Peyton can't hang on as ball got there about the same time that number 1, the defender, got there. And good defensive play there by Crandall.
Yeah,
Johnson just a little bit late with that throw.
Yeah, and a good defensive effort by the Pirates there, but almost a big play for the Lions.
I think as Peyton matures as a receiver, I think the junior's going to learn to come back toward the ball a little bit and help his quarterback out. 2nd and 10. Anthony Johnson at the controls. Hands to Greg Washington. Washington's got some room up the middle, and he's up to midfield.
Yeah, and gets about 5 or 6 yards there on that play, which is good for the Lions. We haven't seen very many big runs from Washington yet, but when bringing up 3rd down and 4 to go.
They go to Washington one more time, and it's probably one time too many. as Washington is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So 4th down, 4 yards, maybe a short 4. Kind of surprised that they went to the well twice there, because it seems to work good when they get the passing game going and then they try that quick run. But if they try it too many times, the Pirates are ready for it.
Yeah.
All right, 4th and 4.
See a modified ninja here.
Washington, Johnson's going to keep it. He's pushing. He's close. He's close, but I'm just not sure.
Yeah, and there we go. We see the signal come in from the line judge. 1st down for the Lions, so that's going to give them a new set of downs here at about the 46-yard line or so. So a big play by the Lions here.
That's a huge effort by Anthony Johnson. He just willed his way to that 1st down.
Well, he saw it and knew they had to have it, so he said, I'll go get it myself.
He did it. All right, 1st down, Greenville. Ball at the 46-yard line of Crandall. 8 minutes remaining and the clock running. Play clock down to 5. Johnson takes a snap, looking to his right, finds his man, got a couple of blockers in front, and Payton is forced out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. That's going to be another 1st down conversion for the Lions.
So 1st and 10 from the Pirates 33 here, as we see the Lions offense showing a little bit of sign of life.
2 receivers left. That's Greg Washington, running back, and in the slot is senior Jet Fifield. 3 receivers to the right. Payton's one of them. Looking left is Johnson. He's in trouble. He breaks away. He's loose now, and he tripped up from behind, and he goes down at about the 25-yard line. Boy, that was a nice effort by Johnson. I thought he was going to get sacked.
Yeah, but, you can't ever count Johnson out. He seems to find a way to sneak out of it and turn it into something.
So it's a 2nd and short. We'll call it 2 yards. Got Michelle, Hale, and Fifield split left. Payton's a single receiver split right. Washington back in the backfield next to Anthony Johnson. Johnson looks to his left, throws deep. It's up in the air and off the fingertips of either Fifield or one of the defenders.
Yeah, and I don't really know if I'd call that triple coverage or double coverage, because there were 2 receivers guarded by 3 guys, so not quite sure what you'd call that, but tough situation to get the ball into for sure.
Yeah, I think one of our receivers was on the wrong route, and consequently we've got 3rd and 2 now. It's probably a good call with 2nd and short. I like to try for the touchdown, yeah. 7:02 remaining. 3rd quarter, Lions trail 28-7. And marching. Johnson drops back, looking left. He finds Nathan Michelle, and Michelle puts his head down, and he rolls his way down inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he went ahead and went on down and said, I'm going to get a few more, and got all the way down inside the 5 and added, it looked to be about another extra 6 or 7 yards there on that play.
Yeah, the big tight end stands 6'4", weighs about 250 pounds. Here's a handoff to Washington, and Washington is into the end zone for a Greenville touchdown.
So there we see a 99-yard drive for the Lions as they go from their 1 all the way down to the end zone and make the score so far 28-13, as Just comes on to try and put one through the uprights to bring it to a 2-score game.
And there's life in the visitors' stands. 28-13 with the kick upcoming. Fifield's going to take it. He's going to go straight ahead and try to get 2. I'm not sure he got there. He did not make it. Tried to catch the Pirate defense sleeping and didn't work.
Well, and we've seen them try that a few times, and it typically works out pretty well for them, but the Pirate defense was ready for them on this one. So score is going to stay 28-13, and the Lions are down by 15 points here.
Yeah, 28-13, and it would have been good to get that 14th point, but we've still got a long way to go. At least we've got some life now, and maybe that'll pump up the defense, and they can get another stop either on downs or want to vial the turnover.
Yeah, well, and we heard the home crowd was a little disapproving of some of those plays at the end of the first half, but very, very approving of that first play here in the second half.
Got to be impressed with Nathan Michelle on that one reception. He doesn't get many opportunities, and Johnson hit him, and boy, he must have moved about 10 or 12 yards with 2 or 3 black-shirted Pirates hanging on to him.
Yeah, well, and it really makes me think he might end up out there catching passes more often.
Could be. And here's an onside attempt. Unfortunately, it goes out of bounds. So that'll be a procedure penalty against the Lions, but definitely worth a chance. Just didn't hit it the way he wanted to. Didn't get that high hop at the end, and one of the Crandall receivers very smartly let the ball just roll out of bounds.
Yeah, good call. And so it's going to be 6 minutes and 49 seconds on the clock as the Pirates take over at, it looks to be the 50-yard line. So going to be interesting here. We saw the Lions defense come up with a big play last go around, and hopefully we'll see another big play from them right here.
49-yard line in Greenville is where the Pirates will set up shop. Gage Wickersham, junior quarterback. Not a lot of meat on his bones. He's not real tall, but the kid can throw the ball. He gives the ball to Anderson around the left side, and Anderson is loose again. Very close to first down yardage for the senior running back.
Yeah, as he was ultimately taken down, caught from the back and taken down by number 33, Jonathan Sampson, making an excellent play there.
2nd and 2. Quick pass out here to Wilbanks, and Wilbanks is hit immediately. What a good defensive play by Goggins.
Yeah, well, Goggins understands he's a little bit smaller than Wilbanks there, only standing at 5'8", 140 pounds. But you know what he did? He took number 6, Jeremiah Douglas, with him and used him as some extra weight to try and take him down, and it worked for him.
Yeah, Douglas is he's a freshman, so he's got a lot of years ahead of him, but Goggins definitely outplayed him on that play. 3rd down and still 4 yards to go. Fakes the handoff, quick screen, and brought down very nicely. Is that Waldrop or Davenport? Who was that masked man?
Excellent play by the Lions defense there.
Great one-on-one tackle, Bentley.
It was.
Going to bring up a 4th down. Let's see if the Lion defense can really stiffen here. Man in motion. Kind of a fake motion.
We've
Goes
seen
one
him
way, turn back the other way.
Seen him run that several times, and it kind of puzzles me every time.
Wickersham back, looking downfield. He overshoots his man, and that's a turnover on downs. The Lions have the football.
And that is a big play for the Lions as they're going to get it back. And with some pretty good field position with 5 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock in the 3rd quarter. And, that might be what the Lions need, as you see they're very obviously very pumped up on the sidelines, and a very good thing for the Lions.
Well, maybe Mo is changing.
Maybe.
With 5:10 remaining, the Lions down by 15 points. They have good field position at their own 43-yard line, 1st and 10. Hand off to Greg Washington, comes off left tackle, and he gets up close to midfield.
Gets all the way to about the 49, maybe 50. It looked like the 49, though. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 4.
Conventional formation for the Lions. Anthony Johnson fakes this time to Washington. He's in trouble, and he's able to get back to the line of scrimmage and not much more. And they finally call a late hit as they throw Johnson down. And we got some scuffling going on. Hudson West is trying to calm his guys down, but the Crandall defenders that time got a little bit aggressive.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we'd seen several no calls, but that one was a good call. And whistle was blown dead, and about 20 seconds later, they slammed Johnson to the ground.
Yeah, Coach Jackson and Coach Sellers both out on the field after that display. And let's see if we see a 15-yard step off against Crandall.
And that was number 25, Jacob Navarro, well, I don't know if Max Preps is right or not because this says he's 4'7", 80 pounds. But that was a pretty big guy that threw him down. I don't think that's quite the right measurements there for him.
1st and 10. Quick pass to Peyton. And Peyton runs down the sideline for a pretty good pickup before he steps out of bounds. This series, or this particular set will start at the 36-yard line, and apparently Peyton stepped out of bounds before he even got to the line of scrimmage. So a 2nd and 11 for the Lions. They get reset at the offensive line. Johnson looks quickly to his left, throws low for Peyton, incomplete.
Yeah, and you see the Greenville coaches signaling for a penalty there as Johnson was hit a little bit late, but no flag being thrown, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 11 for the Lions here. Seen them convert big 3rd down opportunities, and here's another one. 21 seconds left on the play clock.
2 receivers in front of us here to the left. That's Greg Washington, the running back, and Jet Fifield in the slot. On the far side, Michelle, Peyton, and Williams. Empty backfield for the Lions. 3rd and 11. This is a critical 3rd down for the Lions. Looking quick right. He finds Peyton. Got some blockers in front. Peyton's got some room down the far sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds, but not before he gets a 1st down.
So it's going to be a new set of downs for the Lions. Going to bring up 1st and 10 from, it looks like, approximately the 12-yard line or so.
Up-tempo offense by the Greenville Lions, installed by Randy Jackson when he came with just a few days before the start of the season. He's done wonders with this team.
Yeah.
1st and 10 Lions. Anthony Johnson looks left, under pressure, fumbles the ball. I think the Lions covered it.
Yeah, it was number 55, Nick Just, jumping on it there, but almost a rough go of it for the Lions as it's going to go way back.
Yeah, that's a loss of about maybe 11 or 12 yards.
Yeah.
Johnson's had a rough night. He's been beat up physically, and you can kind of understand why he might have lost a handle there.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, he's been hit, just, regular quarterback hits, late hits, all kinds of hits. So I have a feeling he's getting kind of tired and starting to feel it out there.
Yeah, and there's no rest for the weary because he's the guy that makes the offense go.
He is.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. He's looking left. He finds his man. That's Peyton. And Peyton breaks a couple of tackles and advances the ball down inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, going to bring up, it looks to be about 3rd and 8 or so, maybe 3rd and 7. And Lions are in pretty good shape here.
Once again, another huge 3rd down for the Lions on this drive. They trail by 15. They can stick one in the end zone now, make it a pretty close game. Johnson has Washington standing next to him. He's rolling to his right. Now he's going to try to run it, and he is stopped after a very short gain, so it's going to bring up a 4th and long.
So looks like it's going to go ahead and bring up 4th down and 6, and looks like somebody called a timeout.
Looks like the Lions are going to take another timeout here, and that'll be their full complement of timeouts. We'll take a break with them, Matthew. Well, Baseball Bentley and I are back here. It's beginning to get a little chilly with that wind blowing, Bentley.
It has, but I'll still take it over 95-degree weather.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. Got an amen. Got a couple of amens from Matthew. We got 2:42 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, and the Lions on a very important drive inside the red zone, trying to trying to cut into this 15-point Pirate lead, Bentley.
Yeah, and they've got a big lead ahead of them, like you said, to cut into, but I don't see any reason why they can't.
Well, they got 4th and 7. They can get a first down without a touchdown. Johnson looks, and the ball is intercepted in the end zone. That might be, is that Wilbanks again?
Can't quite tell. It's number 1.
Wow.
Kendrick Jones on the interception there.
Wow, that's a huge turn of events right there. And Jones advances it out beyond the 25-yard line. So not a great interception and a good return after the pick.
Yeah, not what you want to see. But, you know, it's all right. They've still 2.5 left to go in the third quarter, and they're only down by 15. So a little bit of a deficit, but, you know, something that they definitely can climb out of. They got a whole 14 and a half minutes to play with.
Wickersham hands to Anderson. Anderson or the running back, it might be Ray. It is Anderson, and he picks up about 4. Spotted just outside the 30. Second, we'll call it 6. Crandall Pirates lead 28-13 here in the third quarter. Junior quarterback Gage Wickersham hands to Anderson. Anderson is stopped early, and the Lions have him. How in the world did he get out of there? Fortunately, the whistle blew.
Yeah, I don't know, because there were about 6 Lions on him. I think the only reason he got out of there was because the whistle blew, and the boys stopped pushing.
Well, they actually threw him for a loss, so it's a 3rd down and 7. Lion defense has definitely made some adjustments, and they're making it a lot tougher on the Crandall Pirates to move the football.
Yeah, and we knew we needed something like that, and it's good to see the Lions providing that so far.
Enriquez, Sampson, Garcia in there at the linebacker spots. Wickersham probably going to be in throwing this time, and he is in throwing mode. He throws deep, and let's see. The ball is caught.
That is a huge pass all the way from the 30 to the 30.
That's a backbreaker there. Aiden Lewis was right on the receiver. Is that Smith again?
Looked like it, yeah.
Yeah, Smith has got 4 or 5 inches over him, and he was just able to bring that one in. That's a long touchdown, or a long pressure now under Wickersham. Wickersham throws it just wildly away. Smart play by the junior quarterback.
Yeah, and Waldrop would have had him for a big loss, but as he was beating the lineman trying to block him, lineman reached up and grabbed his ankle, and he tripped and rolled on the play.
That was just a huge conversion by the Pirates. They've got the ball at the Greenville 30-yard line now, 2nd and 10. Quick pass out to Wilbanks. Wilbanks has Goggins, and he breaks a couple of tackles, and he's got another first down.
Almost got loose there, but a big stop by the Lions after he got the first down.
Lion defense back on their heels once again. 54 seconds here in the third quarter. Crandall's regained the momentum now. See if the Lions defense can stiffen. Anderson now has the ball. He's going wide, and he's got some room. He breaks a tackle, falls into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and he broke several tackles there, and a good play by Anderson, as it's going to bring it to 34-13 right now. We'll wait and see if they go for 2 or if they just go ahead and kick the extra point.
And we got a Lion a little slow. Can't identify him. And after that touchdown to make it 34-13, we'll take a break for the injured player. And we're back here at Pirate Stadium. That's Jonathan Sampson, the linebacker, senior linebacker and leader on that defense. He is up and under his own power getting to the sidelines as Ryan Williams lines up for what could be the 35th point for the Pirates. Out of the hole to Wickersham. Kick is low, but it's good.
Just barely, but barely counts here.
Barely counts. 35-14. I'm sorry, 35-13. The Lions trail. Quick turn of events there, Bentley. That was, we're possibly going to push it in and make it a one-score game. All of a sudden, Crandall comes back with this huge pass on 3rd down and long, and then they punch it into the end zone several plays later.
Yeah, and that's just a rough go of it. Not a whole lot that could have been done to change that. I mean, when you talk about just the sheer size difference between the wide receiver and the cornerback on that play, I mean, it's hard to stop it. And, I think that initial interception, I think it was just kind of hard to see the defender in the end zone because, black jerseys, black end zones, they kind of blend in every once in a while. So, because, it looked like he threw it right to him, and obviously Johnson's not going to throw it right to him if he sees him there. So. Yeah,
it's a huge play by Kendrick Jones, the defensive back, and it really turned this game around. We have only 44 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Deep to receive for the Lions, and the ball's probably not to get back there, are Peyton and Williams. Got a different guy kicking off this time. It's number 84, so it's not Ryan Williams.
Yeah, I don't have a number 84.
And it is a longer kick, and it comes down, kind of juggled by Caleb Hale, and Hale's going to get up to about the 35-yard line, kind of thrown around. We'll see where they spot it.
Looks like Hale's helmet came off, so he'll be coming off the field for a play.
Let's see where they mark the forward progress. Lions need to get something going in a hurry. Down 3 scores. Anthony Johnson's, he's played a heck of a game, and he's taken a beating.
He has. He's kind of been a little bit of a ragdoll for him back there, but looks to make a big difference here, and he's made a big difference already.
Let's get back to that quick passing game to where he doesn't take any more hits. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He's looking left, quick pass out to Peyton. Peyton's got a couple of blockers. And 2 guys bring him down after a short pickup. It's got to be a quicker throw. Got to get that thing out faster than that so that those blockers can get up front. We'll give him a gain of 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7. 37-yard line is the spot. Fifield by himself on the far side, single coverage. Johnson gives to Washington. Washington breaks 1 tackle, gets maybe a couple of yards before he's stopped. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. 35-13, the Lions trail. We'll come back with 3rd down in just a minute.
When GEUS first brought high-speed internet to Greenville, the world looked like this. Today, more than 20 years later, the world looks like this. Some things change over time, and some things stay the same. Fast speed, reliability, and hometown customer service. GEUS, delivering high-speed internet to our hometown for more than 20 years.
Bentley, you've got a couple of district scores for us.
I do. So in the 4th quarter, Lovejoy is up on Princeton, 56-0. No surprise there, really, as Lovejoy's got a 4-1 record and Princeton's 1-4. And then in addition to that, still no score for the Terrell Dennison game. However, Poteet is losing to Melissa right now, 50-0 at what appears to be halftime. And again, not much of a surprise there as Melissa's 5-0 and Poteet's 0-5.
It's a shame we're not getting that Terrell Dennison score because
we don't have it.
We don't have it. Yeah, Matthew just asked us the same question. That's the game that should be the closest, and we just Max Preps has not given us anything. So let's get back to Pirate Stadium here. The Lions are faced with a third down, and looks like about 4 yards to go.
Yeah,
for a first down, and this is probably going to be 4 down territory, even though they're in their own territory. Johnson keeps the ball, and he's up close to the line to gain.
I think they're going to go ahead and give it to him. So luckily they didn't need 4 downs to get it. They got it in 3, but I definitely agree, definitely 4 down territory there.
Tell you what, Johnson really uses his size and strength to get lots of first downs. He drops back now. He looks to his left, and the ball is intercepted. And going down the far side, the defensive backs are just, they've just been sitting on those quick screens, and that one intended for Peyton picked out. Beautiful timing by the cornerback, and he gets down the sideline with the interception, and that's a stake in the heart right there.
Yeah, it really is. And Peyton with the good effort there to run him down and take him out of bounds. But nonetheless, interception, and it's going to bring it all the way down to the Greenville 24. So rough positioning for the Lions here as their defense comes onto the field with their backs already against the wall.
Yeah, defense spent a lot of time on the field tonight for Greenville. Wickersham now fakes the out, and he's throwing deep. He's got Smith, and Smith, it was a low throw. Smith just couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, he had both his guys beat, but unfortunately was not able to hold on to it. Fortunate for us, unfortunate for Crandall.
Crandall looks like they could be a playoff team. It's going to be probably come down to either them or Denison.
Yeah.
For that 4th spot in the district. Here's a handoff to Ray, or is it Anderson? One of those 2 running backs has not much room to run. We'll give him a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down and about 8.
Yeah, and that Crandall team, if they make it into the playoffs, it'll definitely be well-deserving. They're already 3-2 on the year, and it's not an amazing record, but, they're showing life of being a really good team.
Wickersham takes a snap, fakes a handoff, looking right, under pressure now, and throws and finds Smith. Smith just 6'4", and Renner's about 5'9", and Smith just went up high to get it, and Renner in pretty good position, but just didn't have the physical ability to get up and knock that ball away.
Well, yeah, and it's tough when you're going against somebody 6 inches taller than you and about 50 pounds heavier than you.
The placement by Zach Williams is up and good, and Crandall has put 42 on the Lions. They lead 42-13, and we'll be back in 1 minute with the kickoff.
Conserving energy is important to us here at GEUS. We even pay rebates when you buy energy-efficient appliances. Your conservation helps all GEUS customers. In the future, we will need to build new electric generators, and this can be expensive. And with our population growing, we will need that power. That's why we give rebates for Energy Star appliances. So think about replacing your bulbs with super efficient LED bulbs or adding insulation to your attic. Together, we can help all GEUS customers by doing our part. Check out our rebates online, and remember, GEUS is always ready to serve and assist you in any way we can.
And we are back, and we're going to the blanket. Getting a little chilly. Got me a Dodger blanket. I've been sitting on it, so it's nice and warm. I offered Bentley part of it, but he's going to tough it out.
Yeah, Bob, I don't know how I feel about you using a Los Angeles team's blanket here in Texas. Now, I know I said I'd root for them over the Astros, but still.
Well, we're back here at Pirate Stadium, 10:52 remaining in this one. Lions up against it here, down by 29 points. No quit in this Lion team, however. Let's see if the offense can generate something and put some more points on the board. Once again, it's a longer kick. Ball's going to go out of bounds. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty on the kickoff. So that'll give us Probably the ball at about the 28-yard line to start.
Yeah, and some pretty decent field position for the Lions to start here. And being down by about 4 scores here, they need a lot of points.
You know, this is a situation where, you know, you're probably not going to win this game, but you can't take your horses out of the game. You gotta stay in there with them and try to put on the best possible showing. But Anthony Johnson, as we've mentioned several times, has really had a very physical game.
Yeah, for sure.
Williams in motion this time, takes a little pitch, and Isaiah Williams has a pickup of 3 or 4 yards. First time we've seen that.
Yeah, well, and no doubt that physical, how much Johnson's been hit so far in this game, it's definitely played a big factor in this game, as he hadn't been quite as effective in the run game, and even when he has, he's a little sore.
Yeah. I think we might see a whole lot less of him running the ball.
Yeah.
For the rest of this one. Looks like may have a procedure penalty against the Lions this time. First procedure penalty against Greenville. There's several against Crandall.
I was going to say, we're used to seeing him against Crandall, but not so much against Greenville.
Okay, that's going to make it 2nd and 12. Ball now's back to the 28-yard line of the Lions. Johnson looking to Coach Jackson on the sideline for the play. Coach Jarvis and Crumpton signaling in the play. Johnson steps back. He's going to go, trying to go deep. Breaks out of one tackle. Now he finds a man, and Williams is hit just as he's trying to make the reception.
And Williams was lit up there. It was number 5, Jalen Washington, the 5'10 senior for Crandall, making the play there, and clean play. But boy, it looked like that hurt.
Johnson did a good job of scrambling there, and very nearly found Williams for what would have been close to a first down. 3rd and 12. Johnson drops back. Now he scrambles, and he tries to run for it, and it just not enough there for the big senior quarterback.
No, and you got to give him props trying to make something out of not much, but wasn't quite able to make 100% of lemons out of lemonade there, or lemonade out of lemons there.
Yeah, bringing up a punting situation. So Garcia now will be faced with this wind, which is kind of blowing across the field right now from behind us over toward the home stands. Garcia has a good leg. Good snap. Garcia gets it off. Bounds at about the 48-yard line, goes the wrong way and then back the right way. And it comes down at about the 42-yard line. Pretty tough punting into a wind that strong.
Yeah, it really is, and not a whole lot you can always do there, but got it all the way out to the 47, so could be a lot worse. We've seen against the wind, some of his punts just go straight up.
Yep.
So
really, really good starting field position for Crandall. Let's see if they've called off the dogs.
And
I don't see number 4 in the game.
Yeah, it appears it's going to be number 11. That's Michael Collins, backup quarterback that's a senior in.
Oh, fumble.
And it looks like the Lions are going to jump on it, as lots of people signaling that way. No official call yet. There it is. Official call, and the Lions go ahead and jump back on the ball as they're going to take over with it. With 8 minutes and 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Was that Anderson that coughed that up?
No, I believe it was number 24, Andre Moreland, the 5'8 senior running back. So I have a feeling he's getting the handoff as calling the dogs off.
All right. Well, that's a break for the Lions. Good job, a good hit, good strip tackle, and a good fumble recovery by the Lions. So they get the field position now at the 49-yard line in Crandall territory. Johnson takes a snap, drops back, looking for Fifield. He finds him. Fifield can't hang on to it right at the sideline. Yeah, the public address announcer didn't get the number change. Thought that was Michelle, and instead it was Fifield. 2nd and 10. Washington gets a handoff, and Washington's got probably one of his better runs of the night, about 5 yards.
Yeah, and a good play there for Washington and the Lions. It moves it up to 3rd and 6, they're going to call it here.
Lions just trying to make something happen with a beat-up offense. Washington's got some room around right tackle. He's got a first down. Michelle did a good job there of getting a block down before he went down in a heap, but he's up kind of limping a little bit. But first down, Greenville, courtesy of Greg Washington. 7:50 remaining. Washington gets it again, and he gets about 4 yards, breaks some tackles. You wonder if maybe there are some second-team defensive players in there for Crandall now.
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but line going down, looking a little shaken up. That's number 79, Isaiah Wells, but stays in there, so I'm going to assume he's all right.
Injured player for Crandall goes off. Washington bounces off, spins again. Greg Washington with a nice run for another Greenville first down.
Go ahead and gets it. He goes ahead and gets it all the way down to about the 20 there. So good play by Washington and the Lions.
Looks like it's going to be Greg Washington for the rest of this drive. Picks up another good gain on first down. Crandall's going to talk about whether or not they want to allow Greenville to score another touchdown.
Yeah, and it'll be real interesting, Bob, if we see the Dogs come out here again.
I don't think so. Let's take a break, Matthew. We see Greg Washington down here on the track getting a blow, so I assume Jaden Johnson, number 23, will be in there to spell the junior running back. 93 yards last week, or last game against Princeton. This time Johnson's going to throw. He's looking in the corner of the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown.
That was number 13, Johnson, to number 10, Peyton there on the play, as we see the flags come out for the Lions. And everybody get into their formation to celebrate as the Lions go ahead and get into the PAT formation.
Well, you got to feel good for Anthony Johnson after the night he's had. 2 picks, and that time he gets the ball squarely into the hands of his favorite receiver in the corner of the end zone for a Lion touchdown. Here's the extra point attempt. The kick is up by Nick Just, and it's good. So the Lions now have 20, but Crandall's doubled them up at 42-20. And we'll take a short break, and we'll be back for the ensuing kickoff.
I'm Bentley Love back here at Crandall Pirate Stadium with Bob Muty and Matthew Middleton, and we've got another score update for you. Lovejoy has added on a few more points as they're leading Princeton 63-0. Poteet's finally scored, so they're only down 50-7, and we just saw the line score, so 42-20 as we see the kickoff here from number 7, Reagan Goggins. Fair caught at about the 37, 38-yard line for the Pirates.
Logan Wilbanks, a guy whose name we called several times tonight, calls for the fair catch. He was waving his hands frantically. He didn't want anybody to hit him.
And so I can't say that I blame him for that.
So the Pirates will start at their own 37-yard line, and receiver Michael Collins, who stands about, we're guessing about 6'3", probably weighs in 180 range. So he's not only a pretty good receiver, it looks like he knows a little bit about playing quarterback. 1st and 10 Pirates. Collins takes a snap, hands it off, and running for about 4 yards.
Is number 24, Andre Moreland there. So as we see number 16, Julius Stoker kind of trip off the field for the Pirates. Gonna bring up 2nd and 5.
Second and 5 for Collins and his Pirate teammate. They've got some guys on the field that don't probably get a lot of playing time, so it's a good opportunity for the Crandall coaches to see what the younger guys can do. Collins takes his time, running as much clock as he can, which is probably a good thing to do. Hand off to Moreland. And Moreland's going to have a first down before he's run out of bounds by Enriquez.
Yeah, and we do have a running clock here, so ball's going to be at about the 44-yard line with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock.
Bentley, why don't you take the play-by-play for a little bit? You're going to be doing it next week.
That's true. It'll be a little bit of good practice. So we see number 11, Michael Collins, back in the shotgun formation with number 24, Andre Moreland, back there with him, as the Lions look to make a big stop here after giving up another first down there. So hands it off to Moreland, gets around the edge and bounces off a few defenders and is taken down by a couple of Lions. Looks like being headed off by number 28, Ruben Enriquez. So that's somebody's name we call quite often, and for good reason. He's always out there making plays.
Yeah. Daniel Renner now coming off the field, replaced by Noah Davenport. And Caleb Yost also comes off the field. So Greenville's getting some guys back into the game as well, getting a little bit of experience. Call it 2nd down and 3 yards. Go ahead, Bentley.
2nd down and 3 is the number 11. Collins is talking to his lineman, and he takes the snap, hands it off to Moreland again, as Moreland is met by some resistance, but he goes ahead and gets around the edge and is taken down by number 18, Jamorian Hamilton, and a couple other line defenders there for looks to be a first down for Crandall.
Yeah, Sampson with the initial hit there couldn't hang on, but he slowed him down enough.
And we'll take that. I mean, it could have been a big run for a touchdown, but still ended up being a first down, but better than a touchdown by all means there.
Michael Collins.
Back in the shotgun formation. I imagine we're going to see another handoff here as he takes the snap and, hands it off to Moreland again, who's tripped up by, kind of looked like he might have tripped over his own lineman, but also taken down by number 33, Jonathan Sampson, in the area.
I think his H-back might have gotten away a little bit there, and Moreland just tripped over his feet.
Yeah, and, at that point you can't really be mad at anybody. Sometimes, when you're all stacked up in there, that kind of thing just happens.
Collins is definitely working the play clock down. This is a merciful thing to do, so you got to hand it to the Crandall coaching staff for taking the foot off the gas.
Yeah, they don't really want to score again here, but with 2 minutes left, we'll see if they do. And Moreland breaks off a pretty big run as he's met by some resistance from a whole pride of Lions. taken down by number 18, Jamarian Hamilton, number 44, Christopher Jimenez, and a couple other lines.
Cade Coles is in there getting a few snaps at the defensive end spot.
Yeah, and he thought he was coming off, but Coach Sellers told him, no, stay out there a little bit longer.
And Hamilton comes off instead.
Number 11, Collins, back in formation, takes the snap, hands off to Moreland again as he runs right up the middle and is stopped after a decent gain by a couple Lions.
Well, you can't tell your guys to stop playing, okay? So, the guys up front for Crandall are they're making some holes, and there are a couple of their starters still in the game. I see big Dylan Gray, I think, is still in the game at right tackle.
Yeah. Yeah. And goes ahead and takes another snap, hands it off to Moreland, runs it out to the edge, throws a stiff arm, but to no avail. Goes ahead and gains a couple more yards, but is met by a couple more lines waiting, and they go ahead and help him down and minimize the damage there. It's going to bring up, looks to be about 3rd and 4 or so.
Clock down below 50 seconds. I'm not sure that the Crandall coaches want another score at this point. But like I said, you can't tell your kids to stop playing.
No. And so Collins goes ahead and takes the snap, hands off to Moreland. Moreland runs up the middle.
Pile is moving.
And you might think I sound like a broken record there, but that is the truth. That's all they've been doing right now. So with 13 seconds left on the clock and more than that left on the play clock, Crandall's not going to run another play here as both teams start lining up at the 50 to go ahead and go and shake hands. So it's going to be a final score of Crandall 42 and Greenville 20 here at Pirate Stadium.
And Coach Jackson shaking hands with 2 of the officials and going out there with his team at the 50-yard line looking for the Crandall coach. I think he's found him and headed over to congratulate him as the teams shake hands at, and there's Hudson West right at the front of the line for Terrell. Didn't really call his name that much, but that defense that they put out there, they had a handle on Anthony Johnson for the most part.
Yeah, well, and it looked like that they did a pretty good job, it seemed like, of stopping West, but by putting so many guys stopping West, they couldn't stop everybody else, and that's what we ran into here with this Crandall defense tonight. You can't always stop them all, and unfortunately the Lions weren't able to stop all that many of them, but they stopped West, which was a big plus there for them.
Well, we know Anthony Johnson's going to be awfully sore in the morning, but didn't appear that there were any visible injuries to speak of with Johnson, and he is such a vital part of the Greenville offense. You definitely don't want to lose a guy like that at this point in the season.
No, you definitely don't, especially with homecoming coming up next week and having a big game against Poteet at home. And so it would have been pretty bad if they'd lost Johnson, but luckily everything seems to be all right, and I have a feeling we'll see him playing next week.
And next week, as we alluded to earlier, Bentley will be doing play-by-play, and he'll be working with Archer O'Neill, who will have an opportunity for the first time to be in the booth. He did observe us 2 weeks ago, and he's ready and willing and able to fill in for me while I take a vacation trip up to my former home, Bella Vista, Arkansas. So it'll be Archer doing color and Bentley doing play-by-play, and I feel all the confidence in the world that they will give you a great homecoming broadcast.
Yeah, and we're definitely looking forward to it. Bob, you'll definitely be missed, but we hope you have a lot of fun in Arkansas, and don't worry too much about us. We'll take care of it and make sure it all goes well. So be interesting. We'll, like we mentioned, have Poteet at home, and Poteet, go ahead and give you another score update. They have been struggling this season so far as they are still down 50-7 to Melissa, and Lovejoy went ahead and finished Princeton off 63-0. So, I guess you could say a bunch of blowouts around the district today. Still don't have a score on the Terrell-Denison game, but that's probably the closest game of the district, as those two teams are going to be fighting for a playoff spot.
I wonder if we could go to Siri and get a score from that game.
You know, I don't know, but let me Google real quick and see if I can find something.
All right, while he's doing that, we look down at the sideline, and we've got all the Greenville student body, the cheerleaders in pink. Some of the parents look they might be down there, and all the players, of course, and the coaches behind them, and doing the Greenville fight song, and that's what the Greenville Lions, they do. They fight right until the end. And as I said, it was good to see them get that late touchdown to kind of renew their spirits just a little bit and get the offense ready for next week's homecoming game.
Yeah, and definitely, you know, you don't want to lose, obviously, ever, but to show that they stayed out there and kept fighting, that is it's a big, good, really good thing for the Lions. So unfortunately, I was not able to find a score of that Terrell game.
Well, you know it's going to be a good one because the Tigers are pretty good, and so are the Yellow Jackets. But right now, both coaches have their teams assembled, kneeling in a big circle, talking about how this one went. I know Coach Jackson is disappointed. He thought that this was possibly a winnable game, and that maybe we could, create enough offense to outscore Crandall. Unfortunately, the Crandall offense generated 7 touchdowns or 6 touchdowns, and the Lions only able to get 3.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a one-sided game, but I was able to find a Terrell score after I thought I couldn't. So it is go ahead and it is the final of that game over there. But Terrell appears to have gone into Denison and taken care of business as they beat the Yellow Jackets 28-21. So definitely a close game and probably the best game of the district this week. And like I said, final score 28-21 Terrell. So they'll improve to 4-2 as the Yellow Jackets fall to 3-3 as the as Lovejoy is going to go to 5-1, and Princeton's going to fall to 1-5. Greenville's going to go to 3-3, and Crandall's going to go to 4-2. So Melissa will go ahead and improve to 6-0 as Poteet's going to fall to 0-6.
Yeah,
so,
apparently the Lovejoy coach, he doesn't show much mercy. He'll run the score up as many points as he can because he's wanting those state rankings. I don't particularly agree with his philosophy, but he'll beat the crap out of you just any way he can. So, unfortunately, Princeton was they got 63 put up on them 2 games in a row, once by Greenville and now by Lovejoy.
Yeah, that's a pretty rough go of it for those boys, but, it'll all end up all right for them, I feel like. They're probably not going to end too well this season, but, they didn't stop fighting against us, so I'm going to assume they didn't stop fighting against Lovejoy either.
Right. Well, folks, remember, since we weren't able to get any Wi-Fi connection, you will be able to view this on YouTube tomorrow once Matthew has an opportunity to do his thing. So be going into Greenville football and watch this one. Once again, the final score from Pirate Stadium here in Crandall, Crandall 42, Greenville 20. For Matthew Middleton and Bentley Love, I'm Bob Muty saying good night, everybody, and God bless you.
This video has been brought to you by GEUS. GEUS is your community-owned provider for electric, internet, cable TV, and true local programming.